Zone. Right now we have a special interview lined up with Rob Parker to talk about the World Series. Of course, we got in studio Cravante, Byron, and Roger. Let's get right to it, though. Mr. Parker, what were your thoughts about the World Series?
I originally picked the Royals in 6 games. I know the Mets have some outstanding pitching, starting pitching, a lot of young guys who did well in the postseason. But I just like the Royals. I thought they're a complete team. They do a lot of stuff. They force the issue. They run. They get big hits. They get comebacks. They got an unbelievable bullpen. And their pitchers, starting pitchers, don't have to be great because of the back end of the bullpen and what they can do. They can be good. They don't have to be great because they have a lot of pitching coming out of there. So I liked them in 6 games. They got it done in 5. And it was kind of fitting that they came back down 2-0 in the 9th inning against Matt Harvey and won the World Series. They deserved it. They were runners-up last year. And now, look, the Kansas City Royals, after 30 years, that city has another championship.
Yeah, the first World Series that they've had since 1985. And their catcher was actually named the World Series MVP. Did you see that happening?
Yeah, Perez. He had a great World Series. He hit over 300 and, did a lot of good things for them. And he's a really good player. And, I can't say enough. Even Baseball America, the TV ratings were up big time for this year's World Series. And I think people liked the Royals. They liked the Mets, what was going on. The playoffs had some excitement. I think it was a 6-year high for the World Series ratings, which was good for baseball. But there are a lot of good young players out there that I think people are starting to see and starting to like.
Yeah, he's the first catcher since Pat Borders in the 1992 World Series from the Blue Jays to actually win an MVP as a catcher.
Wow, that's ancient history. But a lot of big things got knocked down with, with these teams and new teams getting in there. Obviously, we said the Royals hadn't won since '85. The Mets were trying to win for the first time since '86. So there was a lot of long droughts that were going to be knocked off. One team was going to knock a drought off, and it was the Royals. And it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, the Royals are the first team to win in 5 games after trailing in the 8th inning or later to win a World Series. It was their 8th comeback that tied a postseason record with the 2002 Angels and the 1997 Marlins for the most ever. What an amazing run by the Kansas City Royals. And they had 7 wins this postseason after trailing by multiple runs. What was so special about this Royals team that they were able to actually break through this season and win the World Series as opposed to last year when a lot of people thought that was their time last year?
That's a good question because last year kind of took, they kind of shocked MLB America and people didn't see it coming. I liked them last year. I actually picked them to get to the World Series, and I thought they had a good chance to win. But I just thought this year they came back. They were really hungry. They really wanted to win. It wasn't like they got blown out last year. They lost in Game 7 with the tying run on third base with 2 outs to Bumgarner, who had an unbelievable stretch for the San Francisco Giants. So I think they believe, even though they lost, they felt like they really could have won last year, and they came back with a vengeance. And they never quit, no matter what the score is. They never seem to be out of a game, and they'll do whatever it takes. I remember in the series against the Astros, the governor of Texas, the Astros were up by 4 runs with 6 outs to go, and I think he tweeted, congratulations to the Astros for getting to the ALCS.
No.
And the next inning, the Royals scored 5 or 6 runs, and obviously won that game and then won Game 5 to move on to the ALCS and not the Astros. So they just have a never-say-die attitude, and I think just a lot of young guys who have gone up the ladder together from the minor leagues, and they just really built the team. A lot of those guys are guys that they drafted and produced. So it's when you see it come to fruition, I think it's hard not to like that, and I think that's why this team was able to come back a lot.
Do you see this Royals team staying around for a while?
It just depends because, once you win, now you got to start paying people, like their payroll was only $113 million, and the Mets payroll was $101 million. So those are middle of the road, 19, 20 out of 30. Those are not high price, but now once you have success with young players, some of these guys are going to get paid, and they're going to have to make a decision on who to keep and whatnot. I still think they're going to be in the mix. I don't know if they're going to repeat. Baseball hasn't had a repeat champion since 92, 93, I think, is the last time with the Blue Jays. So it's been a long time since they had a repeat champion. So I think it's hard to repeat in baseball, but I still think they'll be a good team and in the mix.
Anybody else want to weigh in with questions?
Rob, a lot of people were raving about the Mets in this series and in the postseason because of their starting pitching. But when people talk about pitching, I think they don't realize that it not only starts with the starters, but it goes to the bullpen. And I think you saw that in this series. Can you just talk a little bit about what happened to the Mets, I think?
Absolutely. You got to be able to close games out. Familia had been dominant, lights out, and when he coughed it up in Game 1, giving up that bomb to Alex Gordon in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out to tie the game, and of course the Royals went on to steal that game in 14 innings. And then Familia, in Game 5 comes in and isn't able to hold it after Matt Harvey faltered. So if you don't have that kind of stuff and that kind of bullpen help to really get you through, it can be very, very dicey. And I think that's why the Mets, and also you have to play defense. The Royals are a very good defensive team. You saw Murphy mishandle a few balls. David Wright had an error in Game 1 that set up the winning run in the 14th inning. So you got to catch the ball. You got to have bullpen help. You got to have a lot of elements. You just can't win just with starting pitching because most of the time those guys aren't going to be able to pitch, the entire game or 8 or 9 innings or what Matt Harvey tried to do. And, there was a lot of second guessing from about Mets manager Terry Collins for leaving Harvey in to pitch the 9th inning. And I could see why he would leave him in to start the 9th inning. But I think once he walked the leadoff guy in a 2-0 game, you either got to go get your closer. And I know Familia had not pitched that great, but he's your guy. You had him all year. And if he's not going to get it done, then you probably aren't going to win the World Series anyway. So you got to put him in there. And I think he waited a little too late, and it cost him.
For next year, Rob, what team do you think is going to get it back? Do you think the Royals have a chance to get back, or do you see another team getting back to the World Series?
Yeah, it just depends. I mean, today, this past year, everybody picked the Nationals, and they didn't make it. They flopped. They didn't even make the playoffs, and, of course, their manager, Matt Williams, got fired today. Dusty Baker got hired. So here's a team that should be back in the mix. They got great starting pitching. They had a lot of injuries this year, not to make excuses for them, but I think that's a team you need to look at. And it's a perfect match. Dusty Baker has never won a World Series, has been very successful. He won a World Series as a player. He got the 2002 Giants in the World Series. They lost to the Angels. So I think Dusty Baker is the right veteran manager that maybe can get the Nationals there. So that's a team to look out for. They slumped this past year, but I think that's a team, because of their pitching, is someone you have to think about as you look into next year.
So do you feel that Dusty Baker is actually a good fit for the Nationals?
I think he's a perfect fit. He's a veteran manager. I think people don't, because he's never won a World Series, I think they discount. He's won everywhere he's been, in San Francisco, in Chicago, and also with the Reds, the last team he was with. He was there for 6 years. They made the playoffs like 3 years in a row, but they just couldn't get over the hump and couldn't get there. So I just think he's a veteran guy who knows how to handle players. Players play hard for him. He's had a good track record lately with dealing with pitchers, which is very important, on how to deal with them and how to utilize them. So I think all that. And he got a 2-year contract, which tells me there's a sense of urgency. They're telling Dusty, you got to get this thing done. You need a World Series to cement your legacy. We won a World Series. and we're not talking about a 5-year plan. We have the pieces and the personnel to win now, and so they got the guys to make it happen. And I think Dusty's a perfect fit for the Nationals. He's a great hire for them.
Well, Rob, a quick question. Another manager, Don Mattingly, leaves the Dodgers, heads to Miami. We know they got Giancarlo Stanton, Jose Fernandez, some good young players, but they dealt with a lot of injuries over the past few years. Is he a man that can help lead them in the right direction?
That's another good question. Don Mattingly, I figured he was going to be out in L.A., even though they won 3 straight division titles, which for most people would be good enough and people would be happy. But again, they didn't get it done in the playoffs, and that's really what it comes down to. People want you to win. And don't forget the Dodgers. We talked about the Mets payroll at 101, and we talked about the Royals payroll at 113. The Dodgers payroll was close to $300 million, and they didn't get out of the first round. So when that doesn't happen, heads are going to roll, and now he's going to go down to Miami, and they got a team. I like their team. They did have a lot of injuries and stuff. I actually picked the Marlins to make the playoffs this year, and that didn't happen. But Mattingly is in a good situation. He has some good young players. I like that team, and it'll be interesting to see if Mattingly can get something out of them and do more when it comes to postseason time.
Going back to KC, it's just something to be said about a team that perseveres, man, because in the sports period, it's hard to go to a championship and just be able to get right back to it and even take that next step to actually
whoever's
win.
talking, I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. I heard everybody else.
Hey, I was just saying, turn me down a little bit.
I hear you now, yep.
Oh, okay, perfect. I was just saying that going back to KC, there's something to be said about a team that perseveres and that actually goes to a championship, loses, and get right back to it, and even take the next step to win. I feel like this year the Mets were the Royals of last year. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, some people could look at it that way because they do have the starting pitching, but they just have to shore up the defense and make sure the bullpen is right. So maybe they get it right and they add some other pieces and shore up the defense and make those plays that they didn't make, and they can get right back and maybe try to win. So that's I wouldn't count the Mets out. I totally agree with that. Their pitching is too good. They have the kind of starting pitching that can make a run and get to the World Series, as we saw, and maybe even win. But they got to do the other stuff too. You gotta field the ball, got to catch the ball, and you got to get some timely hitting. And the Mets didn't do that.
Do you feel like the Mets could actually make another run next season?
Yeah, I do. It just depends, too. And also, there's talk that they're not going to re-sign Cespedes. If they don't do that, what's that going to do to the lineup? Don't forget, before he got there, they were struggling bad offensively, and he really gave them a charge. He really got them into the playoffs. He played unbelievably well, but didn't play that well in the postseason and had a bad shoulder and then, just didn't perform. So now if they don't bring him back, how much will that hurt their offense? So that's a big question to see if Cespedes is going to be there or not.
Are there any other teams from the NL that you feel that could actually make a run? I mean, we did see in the division with the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Pirates that it was basically neck and neck. Do you feel like any one of those teams could actually make a run over the Mets?
Oh yeah. Like I said, next year you got to look at the Cubs. The Cubs are a good young team, and I think they're going to go out and try to sign David Price or add a guy like that to their rotation. Joe Madden, the manager, managed David Price down in Tampa, and I think the Cubs have money, and if they add him, to me, they would put themselves right in the driver's seat. And don't forget what Toronto and the way they mashed the ball. Toronto's another team in the American League that's going to be in the mix. Also in the National League, I love the Pirates. St. Louis is always in the mix. There's a lot of teams next year to me that are going to be out there. And then don't count out the Dodgers. They have pitching, and if they were able to get Zach Greinke to re-sign with the team, between him and Kershaw at the top of the rotation, the Dodgers will always be in the mix as well because they have pitching. So there's a lot of good teams in the National League. Actually, baseball, the parity is unbelievable, probably as good as it's been in a long time. There are not a lot of bad teams. There are a lot of good teams.
What about in the AL? Are there any other teams that you feel that could like actually make a run over the Royals, such as the Yankees, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, your Detroit
Yeah, we got
Tigers?
the Blue Jays I mentioned. The Yankees had a really good season. Alex Rodriguez helped them get there, but also Houston. Houston got knocked out. They have a lot of young guys. They put together some team. So Houston is another team you have to look out for. I think they're legit. Seattle was really bad and didn't make the playoffs, but I like their team, and they got a new manager. Lloyd McClendon got fired as the manager. So that's another team that you can look forward to. Maybe they finally get it right. They got off to such a bad start and just couldn't get out of it. But with King Felix and Nelson Cruz and Robinson Cano, they got a squad. I just didn't perform this year. So those are a couple teams that you should look out for next season.
All right, Rob, 2 questions for you. One, if it wasn't for Dusty Baker, it wouldn't be no black managers in the game of baseball. How you feel about that? And you still vote for the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been the first time in a long time that that's been the case. I just think, Lloyd was there with what we just talked about, the Mariners got fired, and I don't really see it as an issue. I really don't, because there's been such a long string, and then Dusty Baker wound up getting hired, and there's one Hispanic manager in Atlanta. But, I think it'd be great to be diversified and get some more guys an opportunity, and that's it. And the thing is, I guess, like in Detroit where Brad Ausmus got hired with no experience and stuff like that, when you start seeing those kind of hires, it's cool to do it, but if they're going to do it, I would like to see also, some black former players who don't have experience get those kind of opportunities too, not just, white former players who don't have to pay their dues and go into the minor league. So that's the only thing that would make me feel a little more comfortable is if that opportunity that's being presented was presented to everybody.
Agreed. And you still vote for the Hall of Fame? And if you do, who should we be looking out for as first ballot Hall of Famers
Yeah,
that's
I do.
getting in?
I mean, it's something that I have, and they have a new system now where you have to apply actually to vote. They want to make sure that the people who are voting are current, go to games, a certain amount of games, and know who the players are and what's going on. And I don't have the ballot, this year's ballot in front of me, so I just kind of, I don't know who's right on the top of the list. But when I do vote and how I vote is really, I think about, my thought process is, if there's a debate about you, if me and you have to have a debate about a player, then you're not a Hall of Famer. You should be that good that no one's going to debate me. If I say Hank Aaron or Babe Ruth or Willie Mays or, you know what I mean, those kind of players, no one's going to question or debate me over those names. And to me, that's what it should be. It should always be that level, not the Hall of very good or pretty good. It should be like the best of the best should make it in. And that's still what makes Baseball Hall of Fame the best, is that it's so hard to get in. It's not hard to get in the Pro Basketball and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There's a lot of guys in. You don't even know who they are, why they're in, do they have any kind of stats or anything. It's just a hodgepodge. But baseball is still considered the best, and it's still hard to get in.
Over this past season, there's been a lot of talk of Pete Rose getting into the Hall of Fame. Do you ever see that happening with the new commissioner?
No, I don't. And I think the new commissioner is supposed to let him know, I think, by year's end. But I just don't see that as something that's going to happen. And Pete's hurt himself by doing stuff. It was talk, and then he came out with a book, and then basically saying that he did cheat. He did gamble after 14 years of saying he didn't. And then there was another report that came out this year that when he was a manager, he did bet on the Reds or bet against the Reds, or just all the stuff that he always said that he didn't do has all come out. and I think I don't think he should get in. I think the difference between, and people don't get, is steroids and gambling. Gambling messes with the integrity of the game, and what I mean is you don't know what you're watching. When somebody has money on it, they're going to alter and change what they do because they're trying to win a bet. So people say, well, if he's betting on the Reds, and how could he's trying to make his team win, so how can he affect the game? And this is the perfect example of how he could affect the game. If he has a doubleheader the next day and he blows out his bullpen or does whatever it takes to win that game, he has altered the next game because he won't be able to use those guys that he used trying to win a bet. And see, that's the part that makes it where he could alter the game because he has money on the game. And to me, that's still the ultimate sin, whereas people can talk about steroid use and it's outlawed now, but when most of those guys did it, baseball didn't test for it, and it wasn't a banned substance.
Great insight. Anybody else want to weigh in?
I'd like to get your thoughts, Rob, on Pete Rose and A-Rod doing the World Series in the ALCS. I thought they did a good job on Fox.
I did too. I totally agree. I think A-Rod killed it.
He did.
To be honest, I thought he was very good, insightful. I thought Pete Rose was funny and you know what I mean, and was a personality. And I didn't think I would like it, and I really thought that they were really, really good. It was fun to watch. Totally agree. I think A-Rod could have a career on television after he plays, if he wants it. He's so rich, he might not want to work. But if he wants, you know what I mean? Yeah, he got so much money, man. This guy made $500 million as a player. So I don't know if he really wants to do it, but if he does, man, he's good. He really is.
Well, what about your Detroit Tigers? How do you see the future for them?
Not good. I think their window is come and closed, and I just don't see them going out spending a lot of money on players. I think that they're going to they finish in last place in the Central, and I think they're going to stay down near the bottom right now until they can add some other players. They got some young players, and they're cutting payroll, so I just don't expect them. I think they'll be in the middle of the pack. They won't be at the top of the division in the next couple of years, I don't think.
Hey, last question, Rob. What happened to the St. Louis Cardinals? 100 wins. They was on the up and ups. What happened?
It happens. Sometimes you run into a better team and a hotter team, and people I know. But, the Cardinals have such a winning tradition and have won a lot, but this time it just didn't happen for them. And it actually was good, and I say good from this standpoint, that it was good to see in baseball just some different teams, to see the young Cubs with all these young stars, and Chris Bryant, who was a star his rookie year, going to be a big star in baseball, and that team move on. It just was good. You don't want to be, and I just say this, you don't want to be the NBA, man, where it's the same 3 or 4 teams every year. And when the season starts, you could write off 27 teams in the NBA or whatever and say they got no shot to win. And you can't say that in baseball. That's the one thing I don't like about the NBA and what it's turned into is that you'll never see a Utah, Utah and
Bucks, Utah and Bucks.
Milwaukee, yeah, in the NBA Finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You are right about that. That's really, and we can all make predictions and be pretty accurate when it comes to the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, what I say 3 teams. What 3 or 4 teams have a real shot. Am I right?
Yeah.
Everybody every year. It's whatever team LeBron's on.
There you go. There you go.
Spurs. It's
well, now
let me see, and then you throw in the Thunder, and then you'll throw in. And now, of course, the Warriors because of Steph Curry and them winning a championship. But those are the 4 teams right there that everybody thinks. Everybody else is just fodder for the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. I'm still hoping and praying that my Lakers can turn it around.
Tell him let it go. Tell him let it go. Tell him let it go.
Let it go.
There you go.
You need to put down the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, this is a baseball segment, man. Go Lakers.
I mean, hey, well, I mean, the Kool-Aid, I'm still drinking the Kool-Aid of my New York Yankees, hoping that we can turn it around as well, though.
Yeah, it's all spiked.
Yeah, well, you know what? They had a really good year. And obviously, they got knocked out in the one-game playoff, so a lot of people, forget about it. But they had their injuries. They were able to hang in there. Remember, they lost. Mark Teixeira was having a great year, and they lost him. I mean, that hurt them big time. But anyway, they still got to do something in the off season and make a couple of moves to shore up their offense. They need some more offense.
Yeah. Hopefully we can start turning it around. Last question though, before we conclude with you, what are your thoughts about the hometown Baltimore Orioles? Since we're from Baltimore.
I don't know. Baltimore. I looked at Baltimore as another team that maybe their window is closed. They really had a little thing going the last couple of years, and I don't know. I just think teams in the East are good, and they're in the middle of the pack now. They used to be at the top. A couple, 2 years ago, they swept the Tigers in the first round. It was pretty impressive. But last year, something was missing on that team, and I think they're in the middle of the pack. I just think in the East, Toronto's better, the Yankees are better, and the Orioles are kind of somewhere in the middle.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Parker, for being on this segment. And we can still catch you on theshadowleague.com. Am I correct?
Absolutely. There's a column about Dusty Baker up there on theshadowleague.com. So check it out. I appreciate it, and you guys keep doing your thing.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
All right.
Thanks, Rob.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, y'all. That was Rob Parker. On the other side of this break, we're going to get into some NFL. This is the Flex.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that Rob Parker segment. A lot of baseball, MLB. You guys have fun?
We had fun.
Hopefully you didn't forget this voice. I'm back. Anyways, welcome to Flex Zone. The only place you can get your sports how you want it, when you need it. Right? Still? Okay. The scenery has changed. Well, actually, scenery has come back to the regular scenery that has been. Back at Morgan. How was Birdland Bar and Grill? Did we enjoy our inaugural session after we got everything set up? Did we enjoy, the village raised the show that night. But did we enjoy our inaugural session at Birdland Bar and Grill?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was our first live broadcast. Thank you to all the people who showed up. We definitely appreciate your love and support, and we just ask that you continue to do so.
We got some better things on the works. James Joyce, Fridays. Hopefully we got a bigger, better, more powerful
Shout out to Rich.
show next time. Shout out to Rich.
Yeah, shout out to Rich. Not really.
No?
Just kidding.
Man, shout out to Jackie Thomas as well.
Absolutely.
For the
Shout
Alumni
out to-
Association.
Oh, yeah, big
from
ups to
Morgan.
Jackie with a J.
Positive power.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jerry Royce.
Power came through.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Jerry Royce, baby.
Salute.
A very great guy,
I felt
too.
like I had an NBC Sports ad. The way
Oh, yeah. He hooked them pictures up,
No,
man.
he's
I
lovely.
haven't seen mine yet.
I haven't seen him because I
seen
don't have
it.
access to the Google Drive because
Me
I'm
neither.
light skinned.
It was
But
empty.
it's
Carol
okay.
has access to it. What are you talking about?
No, wait. I'm light skinned. I'm considered light skinned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just had a
Yeah.
yellow bone.
Yeah,
Please
you're
say
right
something
there.
else. Please
You're
say
about
something
there.
else.
I'm not
Where?
Redbone. Redbone is light.
No, you're
skinned.
yellow bone, not red bone.
Okay, hold on a
You're
minute.
both
Okay,
bones.
well that's another subject for another
All
show.
right, that's
Anyways,
I forgot
that's
what
in
show
between
we was on.
songs.
Balance of opinions, Henderson.
I actually tried to get the Google thing and none of the pictures showed up.
No,
You said you
the
called her,
pictures
what
are the
happened?
pictures are available now, y'all.
Wait, okay,
All
so
right.
You gonna tell us?
when
How about
gonna
you just put
tell
them in the
us
group
that?
me?
That would be cool.
Just put
too.
everything in the group me.
It's-
That'd be
it's-
cool
no, I
too.
wanna
I
see
like to see
myself.
pictures of myself.
Yeah, just put it in the group me.
It's been a busy day, man. That's all I can say. Busy day, man. Trying to make these moves, y'all. I mean,
Well, make sure you tell us where we can find ourselves on the tizzy, okay?
I mean,
We wanna see ourselves on the
we
tizzy.
also got something else on deck, don't we, guys?
Yeah, you could tell us
man.
that later, though.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
just
do
get
it.
this show started.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Because you're
okay.
going to have a lot of editing to do.
Right.
No, I'm saying with us.
I know. What we gonna talk about later.
Later, yes.
That's right.
Stay tuned to the end, y'all.
All right, well, shout out to Berlin Bar and Grill. It was great. Moving on to NFL news. My favorite subject of the month. Anyways, trade deadlines, people.
What
Who's
trade
going where? Who's going to do what? And what can we expect?
Wait, what happened? Who got traded?
What trade deadline?
Vernon Davis. And,
Yeah.
That
Joe
was huge.
Thomas.
Vernon
That's
Davis
going,
to the
that's it.
Broncos.
Hopefully he can revive his career.
I said that in the group me. I said, watch he rejuvenate his career.
Oh, don't
Because
worry.
if anybody gets you rejuvenated, it's Peyton Manning.
I did on with
This Peyton Manning can get you rejuvenated?
Hey, man, listen. I said Peyton Manning, period. We know what Peyton Manning
Oh,
is.
no. See, you getting this guy fired up
Oh,
over
you know,
here.
Pay. Can't rejuvenate
I
you now.
apologize. I'm sorry.
Pay.
Why are you disrespecting that man and calling him Pepe?
I mean-
Can you please give me an explanation?
Look, compared to Colin Kaepernick, it's like gold because Colin Kaepernick just sucks. But I'll leave that alone.
Sure
Colin
will.
Kaepernick.
Kinda
Speaking of
grown.
Colin,
Except when he
let's,
plays the Ravens.
let's talk about Colin. Speaking of Colin Kaepernick, and I'm going to come back. 49ers bench him. Blaine Gabbert will make his start against the Falcons. Kaepernick has career worst QBR of 47.6 and is ranked 27th among 33 qualified quarterbacks. Gabbert hasn't played since 2013 and is 5-12 as a starter. 49ers trained Vernon Davis to the Broncos. Let's talk about San Francisco. I mean, I beg to differ. Colin Kaepernick is a casualty of not having a coach that believes in him. So, of course, he's going to suck because he has nobody that believes in him.
Well,
Last year with a
not at
Harbaugh,
all.
too, now.
Well, he's
I mean, that
No.
was
No.
that was something that was I feel
Well,
that was something
no.
that was
It
seeing the
started
end of
last
its
He
time.
didn't
That was-
totally stink
Dre,
up the joint.
Dre,
I'm
he
talking
was,
about-
Listen,
Look,
look at the man's stats from his first year. It's been going downhill
Every year.
since
But there was
his
also
first year.
turmoil in that locker room. There's also internal things going on. That whole
But his
recession
mechanics-
that was
But his mechanics
San
are
Francisco
bad.
was going
His mechanics are
outwards.
terrible.
His mechanics are bad.
Since
He
the-
doesn't look like he knows how to play the quarterback position. His
Since-
footwork is horrible as everything.
And wait a minute, his mechanics are bad. So are Andrew Luck's. Let's not exempt any of these people right now.
Luck is hurt right now
But
with the
look,
shoulder.
Colin
You know that.
Kaepernick.
Don't
Colin
give me any
Kaepernick,
excuses.
unlike
Please
Andrew
don't.
Luck, has actually been to a Super Bowl.
But hold it. I'm glad
Calm
you said
down,
that.
like the San
I'm
Francisco
glad you
defense
said
wasn't
that.
number
Since-
one.
But since the Super Bowl,
Number
he's
one
10
or
and
number
14,
two.
though. He's 10-14 since the Super Bowl.
What does Andrew Luck have to work with for a defense?
I'm just saying.
And he's been getting them double-digit wins since he's been in the league. Please stop.
Yes. you
I
I
can't
mean, well,
compare both.
why is it so? I mean, why is it so? I mean, anybody can say, why is it so quick to cut the cord on Colin Kaepernick?
Has to.
I understand
It's not quick.
that there's
that
an
ain't
issue
quick.
going on with. I mean, if you're a quarterback, you should know how to play quarterback. I mean, we have this Tim Tebow conversation all the time. If that's what your position is, play it. But at the same time, things haven't been ideal per se
I
in
would
San
say-
Francisco in a long time.
It's got to be something deeper. Think about it. They lose 12 players since the start of last year. You lose the coach and Jim Harbaugh, which was an all-time mistake. Bring in Jim Tom Sula. But just look at Colin Kaepernick's demeanor. Doesn't look interested. Looks like a guy who doesn't want to be there. There are reports that he's in the locker room or he's around his teammates with his headphones on, not listening to his teammates, interacting with them. Offensive line is horrible. Time for a fresh start. The guy can play. And I think it has a lot to do with having Jim Harbaugh, having the right system in place. It's all about the system and the players that fit into the system.
You agree, but you just
gotta-
said that you didn't agree with me. Go ahead.
You got to have a little read option with him because he runs it well as anybody with his ability to run. His throws are sometimes a little bit bad from the pocket, but if you can create opportunities for him, if they can send him to a Philly, maybe a Houston or a New York Jets, maybe, just saying, throwing it hypothetically, this guy still can be successful. Blaine Gabbert is not better than Colin Kaepernick. It's obviously something internal because Blaine Gabbert is probably the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
No. Jamarcus Russell is.
Now,
No,
what I was saying is that he doesn't have the mechanics to be a regular quarterback.
But I basically said the same thing that he.
You
he's
didn't. No, not at
I
all.
basically said he's a casualty of not having a coach that believes in him. He basically said the
He's
same
a
thing I said. and
casualty
you
of
said
the
it the other way
organization
around.
he is in.
But I said that.
But
So
you
y'all
didn't
both
say you
agree.
didn't say what he just said.
Not the way he said it, but I said it my way.
No, that's not what
Y'all both
Bye,
agree,
Mikhail.
though.
Bye.
Y'all
No,
agree?
he basically said the same.
Not
thing.
at all.
Y'all agree, though.
Anyways,
Y'all agree to disagree.
well,
you made a statement about Byron. You made
I
a
didn't say it like he said it, but that's what I said. No,
but I did say that.
no.
Okay, fine. We beg to
I'm going to say it in a different way. He got paid. He ain't interested. He looks like gold.
Okay, but
wait a minute.
Byron
That-
made a statement.
that-
You made a statement about Colin Kaepernick not seeming like he wants to be there. Maybe is he not? Does he not want to be there, or is he not wanted? Is that a
Just
difference?
real quick,
Is
look
that a
at
difference?
it happens to young quarterbacks. It's the development process. Guy y'all like a lot, Cam Newton. You saw him when he came into the league. Towel over his head, not interested. Probably players didn't want to play with him. But look at him now; he's a leader. That team looks to him when they need a win. Look at last night. So you look at Colin Kaepernick; he needs to go to the Cam Newton School of Leadership and figure out how to be a leader of men. Because when you're a quarterback, you're the leader and face of a franchise, and he's not that right now.
Well, I mean, also like his team, like you talk about somebody had the rug pulled from under them, like they cleaned house without even trying to clean house. They
cleaned house and then paid him.
The head. Look, I mean, look. What else were you gonna do? Like that was the staple of your franchise.
Why would you pay him and clean house?
What was it about? Like what was it? Like 12 players retired?
No, it was a lot.
Retired on them.
That team was the.
I mean, you see that. You see that Vernon Davis is gone.
And that was the last
Patrick
straw.
Willis.
I mean,
Patrick Willis,
Frank Gore. Frank Gore is gone. I mean, like, really, what does Colin Kaepernick? That was your staple right there, and you build around Colin Kaepernick.
So why pay him and now turn around and bench him?
I mean, I don't think that they saw that this was going to be as bad of a start heading into this season for San Francisco. I don't think anybody saw that all this turmoil was going to happen in this franchise.
San Francisco.
And to piggyback off of what Byron said, I think the perfect place for him would be a Philadelphia. However, I think Philadelphia is looking at somebody like RG3 more so than Colin Kaepernick. And if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I would really actually play it out to see what happens with RG3 in the future because RG3 actually has more of an upside than Colin Kaepernick. RG3 has actually shown you. RG3 has shown you that he can throw from the pocket. He can scramble out. Colin Kaepernick. I mean, Colin Kaepernick is just kind of. He just kind of runs.
But if you get to Kaepernick's credit, some of the games he played on that run to the Super Bowl against the Packers, running for 181 yards. Then you think about the Super Bowl. Could have been passing interference. They could have won that game. Then you think about he made the play that made Richard Sherman. Nobody really knew Richard Sherman was till the interception when he started talking all that mess. If he throws that ball a little bit better, they're back in the Super Bowl and probably win it this time. So Kaepernick has made some plays. Like I said, it has a lot to do with the things that he has no really control over. I think GM Trent Baalke needs to go. I don't know what the heck he's doing. And I think Kaepernick needs a fresh start. Maybe even go to a Dallas, sit for a year or two, learn how to be a leader, learn and develop your mechanics.
I don't understand. They said Colin Kaepernick spent some time with trying to develop his leadership skills in certain camps. So him coming back and there's issues with him in locker rooms and not wanting to lead, it's kind of very confusing.
No, Byron was perfect, right on the money when he talked about Cam Newton, because Cam Newton, in this offseason, he learned from Tom Brady. And you see the development in Cam Newton this season as opposed to other seasons, and why Cam Newton is in the MVP race.
There's nothing wrong with Colin Kaepernick. He's not a bad kid. He's not doing nothing crazy. He's not getting into trouble, not doing crimes. It's just it seems as though he had a chip on his shoulder for no reason coming at the media and just has to realize it's part of the process. He's still young and can still possibly be a starter in his league.
But why did he have to bench the guy on his birthday, though?
That's just...
Hey, NFL, not for long, and you see it here. And 49ers... They are officially tanking.
Can't even turn up.
Listen, the 49ers deserve everything that's coming to them.
Between them and the Lions, they should get the first pick.
They deserve everything they're getting right now.
Moving forward, we're going to mix a little bit of this Week 8 review into this, too. We got to talk about the team that Vernon Davis is going to, the Broncos. Broncos receive him in 2016, 7th-round pick in exchange for a 6th-round pick in 2016 and 2017. Broncos tight ends have combined 23 receptions and are tied for 28th in the NFL. Moving forward to what was Week 8, let's talk about the Packers and the Broncos, shall we? That was a big game. Not in Lambeau. Let's remember that. It wasn't in Lambeau. It was at home for the Broncos. Peyton Manning is 8-1 in home primetime games. Peyton Manning, my pick actually worked. Peyton Manning breaks Brett Favre's record for most team points for a starting quarterback and breaks his record for most wins ever. Peyton is 7,159 done in 263 starts. Favre is 7,135 done in 298 starts. Aaron Rodgers is 0 for 5 over the last 2 seasons in games against top 5 defenses, including the Seahawks twice, the Lions, we talking about the Lions, Bills, we talk about the Bills, and the Broncos, Rodgers' average is 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 34 QBR, sacked 10 times, and only 4 completions of 20-plus yards.
It's not funny, man.
What kind of game was this?
Can I take this one, please?
The Broncos' defense is emerging. Peyton Manning, no longer the helm of offense, but taking notes out of John Elway and having a run game that predecesses his throwing. But he still do 50 yards, too. 50 yards. The man can still throw, people.
Oh, okay. Just
You go
just
right
give me the
ahead.
floor. Just
Go right ahead.
Oh, God.
well, you
The
know,
floor is open, Byron.
I looked at the stats, and then the first thing I see, Aaron Rodgers. I thought I was dreaming. It's 77 yards for the bad man, who was
Lord.
just
Be respectful.
to quote Charles Barkley, he was terrible. And to quote Stephen A. Smith and what Andre like to say, he was tap dancing like the late great Gregory Hines. Looked a little scared. Packers finally played a road game for the first time in like 2 years, and he's 3-9 on the road in primetime games. So you turn on the lights, put him on the road. He's definitely a different quarterback. And stop comparing him to Tom Brady. I don't ever want to hear him compared to him again. He doesn't deserve to be in the same sentence. Brady's on a whole nother level. When he goes to Denver November 29th, he's going to throw for more than 77 yards in the first quarter. I guarantee you that. And
I hope he does.
I think in the first half it was only like about 34 yards total. That
Aaron Rodgers has a history of this. Let's not forget. Game 1 last year against Seattle. What did he do? Didn't even throw at Sherman. NFC Championship game, up by 21. He concedes the game.
It shows two things. First, like most quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers is average on the road. That's what it shows.
Then that would just make him. If that's what you're going to say about him, that would make. And I don't want to disrespect him because
I don't think it's all him.
everybody said the bad
Credit
man.
to the Denver defense.
If
Very
what
good.
Byron is saying reigns true, and if what we watched reigns true about
of
him
it's true.
going on the road, and him not being able to be completely a winner on both sides of the spectrum, if he's not in Lambeau or in Lambeau, that would kind of make whatever he did that one Super Bowl is passe, and he's overrated.
When was the last time I won a Super
Well,
Bowl?
we're not
What
gonna-
year was
Oh
that?
my God! What are y'all speaking?
Exactly.
You're the Super Bowl champion. Can y'all chill out?
Time out.
Overrated.
Overrated.
He beat the Andy Reid
Whoa,
Eagles
overrated.
team. He
That
beat
one Super Bowl, he went on the road,
He
by the
beat
way. Don't
who?
forget that.
He beat the Falcons, who were always overrated. We'll get to them later.
beat the
Look,
Steelers.
Jay Polamalu was hurt, and then he beat. Oh, that's right. Jay Cutler was on the bike in the second half, so he could have lost that game.
Jay Cutler was so
Jay
good.
Cutler was on the bike, who gets ridiculed for that.
Yeah, was hurt and he still
No,
won a Super
Aaron Rodgers' defense won that Super Bowl.
What? Are you
You
insane?
tripping.
Are you
You
insane
are
over
tripping.
there?
You know how many injuries they had that year?
You have hate in your system, sir.
Look,
No,
I don't have
hit-
hate
Oh
in
my
your
God!
system.
Y'all being
He's a very
absurd.
good quarterback, but he's not Tom Brady, and he's not on the same level.
Your bandana must be tied a little too
He is,
tight, man,
right, he
because
is
I don't
on
know
the
what
same
you
level.
talking about.
I mean,
Like,
what?
saying the bad man, Aaron
is
Rodgers.
due for a bad game. Everybody has a
He's
bad
a
game.
bad-
Every quarterback
I don't-
has a bad game.
Why is
It's
that?
not a horrible thing to have a
I'm
bad game against
confused.
this defense.
No,
confused.
don't get me wrong. I've been drinking Denver's Kool-Aid all year, and y'all been laughing at me.
No, I haven't. No, I'm here
I'm
with
just
you.
saying.
I'm here with you.
just
I'm
saying.
I'm a bit
with you.
confused because a
I'm
couple
just
weeks
saying.
With you.
ago, Aaron Rodgers threw for 200 and something. They call that an average game.
It is
I
an
don't
average
understand
game.
how that's average
It
game.
is an average
he
game.
comes into this game and has a bad game, and he's deserving of a bad game. But when it gets a quarterback that's obviously, well, not obviously, but some would say is on the decline. I don't understand.
240
No,
yards is a
have you
very
seen?
average
Did you see
game.
Peyton Manning in that game? He had
did-
no
He
decline.
looked like vintage.
Yes,
That's
he looked
called-
vintage.
And that's why we
Peyton
helped him a
Manning.
lot. It did.
If he can't throw for more than 30 yards, what was that 50-yard pass to Murray?
Listen. With all the passing that's going on in this league, 240 is quite average.
Why do we? But when
Quite
you
average.
saying that, and when y'all make statements like that about Aaron Rodgers, it's almost as if you're giving him a free pass.
Because Aaron Rodgers does
Not.
that in his sleep. I mean, for
But he
Aaron
didn't
Rodgers,
play this game in his
It's one
look,
game.
it's one
Right.
game.
and then he
Right.
Out of
averages
16
200.
plus.
It's one game.
That's okay.
It's one game.
The Packers were
6-1.
undefeated headed
One
into
game.
this
I
game.
just-
Come
I
on,
just-
he's
I
done.
say
He's
again.
done his
So what-
job.
3-9 on the road in prime time games.
No, time out. I'm about to really put your love of this man on the test. Was that a catch, Mr. Des Bryant?
No.
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 Thank you.
Now wait a
Thank
minute.
you.
Now wait a minute.
For
We're
everything,
talking-
Put your
wait a
love
minute.
on the
Wait a
line.
minute. We're
Took
talking
you
about
almost
The
a
bad
year.
man, or is it the?
What's
is
up?
the
Wait a
catch?
minute. We're saying the.
No, don't stumble
I'm
saying the
asking
catch.
you. In the you're talking about the playoff game with Des Bryant. Was it a catch?
Was it a catch, or is Aaron Rodgers the bad man? Because would he have beaten? Which was it?
It was a catch. Damn it.
It was not a catch.
Hey, never
Tripping,
mind.
never mind.
The
So
ball-
all
What are you talking?
all
What are you
Green
talking
Bay
about?
talk,
This
you
man.
can proceed.
This man.
to go, but
This
I
man.
mean, hey, you can
This
proceed
man
to go below
had
the belt because
three-
right now this
he took
you're
three
making
steps.
This
He was falling.
Aaron
and the ball
Rodgers
was
thing
juggling in
irrelevant.
his hands while he was falling.
I mean, hey, you want
I
to
don't-
tag
I don't
he's
understand.
falling.
Can we
I don't
just start
understand
talking
that.
about the real bad man Tom Brady? Give him some love on the show. 'Cause,
I'm get there.
gosh, I'm done
But I
with
mean,
this.
you want a tag team partner, but I had to finally
He
show his true colors.
Was falling.
Had to show his
What
true
do you have
colors.
to do as a receiver when you're falling to the ground?
Keep
Secure
control
the
of
catch
the ball.
and
And
route
break
the
the play.
ball.
Keep control
And
of
he
the
did
ball.
not.
And he didn't do
Why
that.
was it-
He did not.
We saw
He
that
saw
with
the
Cam.
ball bounce up.
We saw that with Cam last night, right?
Oh man.
No,
That was-
that was just horrible with Cam.
He's becoming a bad man, but we're not going to
You're
get
not
into
about
that.
that.
yet.
Without weapons, too.
Oh,
So,
gosh, he's
He
doing
is
it.
Your
my
bad
big
man
right
statement.
now. I admit that.
You still stand by that, do you?
What, the Aaron Rodgers
but
is
it
a
was a
bad
catch,
man?
right?
Oh, no, that was a catch.
Okay, yeah.
It was not a catch.
Was
It
it?
was 100.
Okay,
wasn't.
Yeah.
fine.
Anyway, everybody's due for a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, you want to talk about the Patriots? You want to talk about Tom Terrific, Tom the Immaculate, Tom the Incredible, whatever you like to call him.
The GOAT.
Can the Patriots run the table, averaging 35 points per game and currently at 7-0? Only teams to do so are the 2007 Patriots and the 2009 Saints.
No, they will not run the table. No.
Hey, looking at their schedule, it is doable.
I mean, who they gonna lose to?
doable.
I don't think they're gonna do it, but it is
Unless
doable.
they sleep,
They have 2 games.
They can
that will
sleep.
give them trouble.
the Broncos
what, against the Manning
and the
brothers?
Giants.
Yeah,
Broncos and the
I-
G-Men.
yes.
That's what I said.
And
You know
guess
the Giants got a number.
No,
Every time
no,
any plays,
y'all are
Super
wrong about
Bowls,
the
regular
Giants.
seasons.
The Giants only have their number in the Super Bowl. If this is a regular season game, you know the Patriots
So
pull
you're
it out.
basically saying he has his number when it counts.
One time,
Why can't
but
Tom
during
get over
that 07 run, what did they do? They ran
Whoa,
the same
they
play.
almost won that
almost
last game
won
of the
that
season.
But,
Yeah, they
but
kinda
at the
did.
same time,
the
did you
Giants
not
beat
see
them
when
with
they
the
ran the
Rams,
same
yes.
play to Randy Moss twice? The first time he got called back, they ran the same play again, and it was a touchdown.
Man,
Byron,
But that's
I
Randy
have to-
Moss.
Byron, I have to ask you this, though.
It's Tom Brady, too.
Why is
Right,
Tom
you're
more
right.
prolific against Peyton, but not his brother?
I wouldn't say it's Brady's fault necessarily. I would say Tom Brady has done a lot. Don't get me wrong; he used to tap dance, but I think you've seen it this year. He's getting better at moving around the pocket at age 39, I believe.
He's running
getting
out of it
better
as well.
at. Father
38.
Time is undefeated, but he 38, 39. He's looks like he's young as a spring chicken. And think about how many receivers and players Tom Brady has made throughout his career. Just name them. Go down the list. I mean, Deion Branch, Troy Brown, Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola. I mean, Gronk's the best player in
Wes
football to me.
Walker.
You got Wes Walker. Where's he at now?
I
On
beg
someone's
to differ.
couch.
Aaron
I think
Dobson.
Cam Chancellor made Julian.
Aaron Hernandez.
Who am I?
I mean,
That's jail.
I'm just saying, Tom Brady is potentially
I'm just saying, smack.
allowing himself
You
to
even know
be in
he's
that
still playing in
conversation
the Super Bowl?
for greatest of all time, whether you like him or not. Say he wasn't.
But you didn't answer my question. Why is Peyton?
Well, it was
Peyton's
2
the guy,
fluke plays. To be
but he
honest, it
can't
was
beat
2
Eli.
fluke plays against the Giants. 2 fluke plays. The David Tyree and
But
Mario
the second
Manningham.
Super Bowl, it seemed
that
like
was a
but the
great
sec-
throw by Mario with
And the
Mario
second-
Manningham one. That was a great
Eli
throw.
kind of
decided to show up. He was
kinda-
Elliott, then he turned
He
Eli.
kind of ran away from
He
5
was
guys
Eli.
chasing him, so he had to come out of the pocket. But my whole thing is the second Super Bowl, the Patriots looked like they were even. They weren't
And
even
if
there.
Tom
They
Brady
were
makes a
running
little
throughs.
bit better throw,
Were the
and
Patriots
Walker
even in
catches
the
it, they
second
win.
Super Bowl at all? It
I
didn't
think
seem like they
Tom
was playing in
Coughlin
it.
knows Belichick. They know each other from Bill
So he's not
Parcells' days.
he's not confused by the mystique
He's not. He's
of
not.
the
I mean,
what if the
that's what I think
headsets
the
are going to
main
go wrong.
And they do have a shot to go 16 though. They on a tour.
I told
They're
you.
on
Yeah,
a
look at
mission.
the schedule.
They
It
have
is
a
doable.
Hypothetically
It's,
speaking,
20 touchdowns, one
hypothetically
interception.
speaking, they don't wait till Denver. They don't wait till the G-men to lose. They sleep on somebody.
Okay.
They don't sleep on nobody.
They
this
They
year.
don't ever
Patriots do
sleep
not
on
sleep
anybody.
on nobody.
The closest team
I know
said
next week.
was
I
the
know
Jets.
next week is an episode of The Walking Dead when they play the Redskins.
oh my
However,
Don't you do it.
if
Man.
Don't you do
There's
it.
no F.
gosh.
There's
they
no F.
walk
There's no F.
to
There's
Foxborough, walk into Foxborough,
There's no F.
The last time the
and
Redskins
you
brought the
think
Foxborough,
There's
that
no
those things will not happen.
They won't.
I mean, it's always the true story. It's always a relevant story. You got somebody that get high-headed. Look what happened to the
Tom
Falcons.
is
They walk in, they
motivated
get
to
high-headed in the
destroy.
game they thought they were supposed to have. They didn't
Falcons
have.
are
And what
overrated.
happens?
Matty Ice is cold.
Can we really move on? Because this is not even
Yeah,
a topic of discussion
I
right
have
now.
to go to
The only
devil's
No,
the
there
only
is
thing
no
about that
devil's
is
advocate.
the Patriots don't sleep on it.
They're not
don't
sleeping.
I would entertain that, but they just don't.
But they do have some tough games at New York, at Denver. They have the Giants in New York as well,
Jets also.
and they still have to play the Bills at home. So they could, you
That
never know.
second time around with the Bills, is that going to be a little bit different?
I hope so.
No.
I hope so.
No,
what
the
happened
Bills
to
had their
Bills
chance
being
in
made
Buffalo.
up?
I think it'll be at
Rex
Hammer
Ryan's
time.
too much of a cheerleader. That ain't gonna
It'll
happen.
be Hammer time in Foxborough.
Was that a matter of a
Monday
team?
Night
It's just-
Was that a matter of a team having to prove a lot and just didn't prove it, or is it just a matter of we just had to get ourselves together?
Well, they just realized the bully on the block is still number 12, and as long as 12 is their quarterback, still going to be looking up at him, and he's going to be taking lunch money Sunday.
As long as 12 is angry, there's nobody beating him.
And I like when 12's angry. For
I
my
don't
fantasy team
understand
purposes.
why it takes so much controversy to make the. You see, what the controversy entitled this run or no? Some say it is.
The Deflategate Revenge Tour. Get your tickets now. They're on pace for 16-0, possibly 19-0.
He's out to prove to the
Okay,
league that
that's
he
fine.
is
Will
the
they
guy.
win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
If they do, and if they
19-0.
don't,
They have to be the
And
pick
and
right
if
now to
they
win the Super
don't,
Bowl.
what is the legacy of this whole season?
What do you mean? He's still one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
The
He's
Patriots have
the
been known to
MVP right
violate
now.
everybody and then get to the big dance and can't conform to the big dance. That's why we ask these questions about the Giants. Because, like I said, the second Super Bowl, they looked like they were non-enthused by the fact that they were there.
The Giants will be lucky to win 8 games this year, so they shouldn't be in the same sentence right now as the Patriots.
I mean, they've beaten Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Okay.
So they
No,
can, they're
No,
allowed to
right
But
now,
Tom Brady still has 4
we're
rings.
talking about teams that are undefeated, and the Patriots look like the best team right now in the
are the best
AFC.
team.
With
Definitely.
They are.
Look like it,
with
they are.
Denver,
Definitely.
until Denver gets their offense together, the Patriots are still the cream
And
of the
give the
crop in the
Patriots credit
AFC.
defense. Their defense is playing a lot better this year,
Yeah.
even without
What
Reeves
do
and
you
Brown.
need to see from Denver?
They got to beat the Patriots.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
sold.
They got to beat the Patriots.
I'm
telling y'all,
they
it's-
gotta
they're
beat
on
the
a collision
Patriots.
course.
Gotta beat the Patriots.
Denver
Denver
and
offense,
win.
I'm
Offensively.
I'm not even talking about beat the
I'm
Patriots
sold.
during the regular season. I'm talking about beat them in the AFC Championship where they're probably
Yeah.
going to meet.
Now I am
They have to
gonna
beat them
I am
big.
gonna be honest to you. And if the Broncos can somehow get
Yeah.
home field
Wait a
with
minute.
Vernon Davis, and if he could just be a security blanket, a
2
Julius
years ago,
Thomas or
2 years
something.
ago, Vernon
He can be
Yeah.
a threat with Emmanuel Sanders, and we see Demarius what he can do in that
Made his
defense.
return.
Could be real close.
Now wait a
Could be
minute,
real
wait a minute.
close.
You
I
said
will say.
the Broncos beat the Patriots
Broncos beat them a couple years ago.
at the same time, Tom Brady had the worst game of his career, so it does happen.
Home field is
Everybody's
Let's
due
move
for
on.
a
We
bad
gotta
game.
Yeah,
talk
if
about
it's
the
in
4
Denver, this is
teams
gonna be tough.
remain that are 7-0. The Panthers. Panthers look like a complete team, people.
Yes, they do.
Cam Newton got his money. Not only is he a leader, you see the maturation process, and they have a defense. For a guy that seemingly had nobody, or a team that looked like they was in the pit of despair, they may be one of the teams to beat now.
They are the team.
Yeah,
The Patriots, we talked about them. The Broncos, we talked about them. And the team that always keeps winning in the regular season, the Bengals.
I don't understand.
them.
I don't
Not
understand
for
how the Bengals.
Dang
Hey,
it,
hey, hey.
Pittsburgh!
Hey, I give the
That
Bengals-
was
Not for
I
them.
thought the do it.
Yo, look, the Bengals played that worst game of the year. Only scored 16 points. Andy
And
Dalton
still-
was Richie Cunningham again.
Yeah, he was.
And they still won.
He still won.
I could,
I'm on that
My heart
team.
goes.
No.
I never thought my heart would go out to the
That
Steelers.
was-
You get Big Ben back, and then you
He
lose
was rusty.
Le'Veon
I
Bell.
told y'all he would be rusty.
And then you-
He was rusty.
Also,
And
he
then
lost.
you lose Le'Veon Bell.
Big loss.
That was
Big
more
loss.
so
Ouch.
on anything. That was Big Ben playing bad with throwing back-to-back
He was a little rusty,
interceptions
man.
than the Bengals actually pulling that win.
I-
They
I-
were
I-
lucky
You're
with
not
that
going to play
one.
this Bengals defense not
You
good.
picked the
Right.
Steelers.
Bengals
Didn't you
defense
pick
is
the
great.
Steelers?
And they're getting healthy. They're getting
Yeah.
Ray Maluga back soon.
That's what they did.
Vontez
The
Griffin played his
Steelers
first
had
game.
them.
I thought the Steelers
Y'all act
was
like the
gonna
Steelers didn't
I
have
thought
this
the Steelers
team.
was gonna win.
First of all,
They
it's a
didn't have
first of all, it's a
them.
divisional game,
But you
and
gotta-
they won
It's only
it.
up 10
I told y'all that
Hey,
if you look at Big Ben, he couldn't move around the pocket like he usually could. He was kind of just a sitting.
And
I
the
would
balls,
say-
hey,
he was a cat at a dog show because he was getting hit all
a
day.
lot of them balls were sailing too.
We
Yes.
go back to the regular question. We go back to the original question. You have undefeated teams. Everybody want to know which Goliath is going to fall first.
Panthers fall.
They said it was going to be the Panthers when we asked this question before. They did not fall. So, which one of these teams?
I think the Panthers fall this
the
week.
Bengals would fall.
I think the Panthers fall Sunday.
I think the Bengals.
I think they fall Sunday. Emotional
Yeah,
win,
the Panthers.
short week. Aaron Rodgers is angry. I give him credit. He's going to play. He's going to find a way to get it done. I don't believe in this Panthers secondary. I know Norman's having a great year. Tillman, Peanut still getting it done at his age. I just don't believe in that secondary.
They
though.
got chopped
No,
up last
I
I don't
really,
believe in that secondary.
And Ted
you know
Ginn
what?
got to start dropping
He-
easy
he's-
balls too.
Yeah, I don't
He
believe.
can't
I
do
think
that.
it's going to come back to bite them not having a legit one receiver. I know
Yeah.
Greg Olsen is good, but
Yeah.
I don't. And they can't get a pass rush without
No, they
without blitzing.
You know what? The Panthers could be that team because for the simple fact of what you were saying about them playing Aaron Rodgers, this is going to be a real huge test for the
They also got
Panthers
Landry.
moving forward.
Yeah.
But my pick is actually the Denver Broncos. They're going up against the Colts. Last time that Peyton Manning
Last
took
time.
on
Afraid of
took
the
on
Colts.
last time Peyton
Last
Manning
two
took on the
times.
Colts.
Two times,
He
yeah.
struggled.
Playoffs
He
and
struggled
last
in that dome.
Is it too emotional for him to go in that dome?
It may be, and plus the way Peyton Manning is playing right now, I'm not sold.
Man,
But
the way
you
Andrew
gotta
Luck
understand,
playing,
this is a
though,
different. This is a
not
difference
the
of
same
Peyton
Andrew
Manning, and
Luck.
not for the bad. I mean, granted, he has his stats are not legitimately the stats that you would be used to seeing a Peyton Manning stats, but John Elway is changing the dynamics of his team. He's seeing his quarterback getting to the end of the latter end of his career. And what did John Elway do when he got to the latter end of his career? He took the running game above his own organization of how he organized the offense. I mean, this man is, look at Peyton Manning. He's been the offensive coordinator, basically, and the quarterback his whole entire career. So this is a different type of thing and different type of system he's trying to find and work with. So at this point in his career, why is it so hard to people believe that Peyton Manning is just a guy that manages the game and the defense takes over?
And to your point, which is great, John Elway's done a great job with the defense, bringing that
Absolutely.
in.
Wade Phillips, what a
Wade Phillips.
Oh my
The
gosh.
other,
what a hire.
If coaches could get on the board.
Don't hire him as a coach, but as a defensive coordinator.
He is
Indeed.
absolutely
He's the
great.
North Turner of defense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where was Darian Stewart last year playing like this? I mean, he just
System, baby.
Yeah.
System,
I
baby.
want to go back to the Panthers real quick. Steve Smith, Sr.
I think he said Panthers.
I mean, yeah, I'm going back to the Panthers a little bit. Steve Smith Sr. Obviously did not want to leave the Panthers, but then he goes to Baltimore. He has a great year. This year, he was going to go in his career with the Ravens and Achilles.
Yeah.
So you don't go out as a bad man, but how would things would have been different if he were allowed to stay and in his career with the Panthers and Cam Newton in this maturation process in this team
I don't
now?
know.
I don't know if it could have happened.
I'm not sure either.
Because I mean they had to have it was a transition.
pissed.
It was a transitional period because similar to Baltimore where Ray Lewis was on his way out and you have Joe Flacco as the
Speaking
as
of
the
that,
new
I cannot
face.
wait till Thursday.
I know, right? As the new face of the franchise, and that's what it was in Carolina when you had Steve Smith on his way out, and you needed a new face, and you have Cam Newton in there, and you see that it's actually helped Cam to be forced to be put as a leader. So I think it was for the best.
And real quick to Dre's point, the Colts have to kind of win this game. I know if they lose this game, they'll be 3-6, and they're tied right now with the Texans for first place. It's not going to come to them. They have to find a way to win the game, and this could be their last chance to really get something.
A Texas team that obviously does not have a quarterback, right?
But Brian Hoyer played okay last year.
Okay.
Hopkins is a beast
Yo,
at
he
the
is
receiver
nice.
position,
Yeah.
and they shown
Every
no
time we
Arian
talk about
Foster.
the Texans, we talk about the.
But J.J. Watt and that defense, they woke up Sunday, and playing the Titans will do that.
Well,
But
they played the Titans. Come
yeah.
on.
To Steve Smith, he was at the end of his rope. I mean, if y'all couldn't get the money together, then y'all couldn't get the money together.
But I mean, if there's any way
he's
to-
at the very end of his rope.
But if there's any way to rejuvenate a career, it's by pissing somebody off. And when he came to Baltimore, he didn't
He's
look
really
like
pissed off.
he was at the tail end of his career.
No,
Nah, but that's 1 year.
They just didn't clash.
I think I kind of
very
think
well.
it kind of seemed like Baltimore tried to make him more than he was in this last inning.
No,
But
he was everything. He
was
no,
everything.
Baltimore knew they was getting. They knew they was getting. That's why they went to go get him. He was a dog.
That's why I think he'll be
he's
back.
What Baltimore.
He will be back.
Don't rush
This is
him
what
back
you
up.
when Baltimore gets their rookies. That's how they train them to be, and they got them already pre-made. Come on now.
That's why I think
easy.
he'll be back. He
Already-
ain't going out
already
like
off
this.
the leash.
I just think
Right.
they asked too
Let him
much.
go.
They asked too much of a guy that's at this time of his career.
Oh, yeah,
when they
now-
already
now-
had the two
now-
other guys that could have.
This year,
if you didn't
absolutely.
pay Flacco
This year,
all that money,
yeah.
he might have found a way to
Flacco
pay.
didn't have nothing to do with that, by the way.
Who then? Why wasn't
He did
Anquan
not.
Bolden and Jacoby Jones signed? Because you should have
was
kept
on the
that.
team.
Jacoby Jones is not really.
They traded him for personnel. The
his
Ravens did with the
number-
players
He
before it's
still-
too late.
Over the last couple years,
you
Flacco's
got
contract was
bit
third
trying
on
to
the
be
team.
young a little bit, and it kind of came
They
back
had
to
nada subs,
it's
making a lot of
rebuilding
money.
process that's taking
chicken
Jimmy
that
Smith,
you
get him
didn't
caught
think you
Eugene
needed
Monroe.
at this point.
Yeah. Oh,
But anyways,
side up.
we all are. It's not overall consensus on the Panthers being the ones that fall from 7-0. I kind of will take the Bengals. I don't know why. I don't.
Get on the train.
I say get on
Get
the
on
train.
it,
baby.
baby.
We
You
are
think the Clowns are going to
moving.
beat them Thursday night?
Get on the
We are
train.
moving. This train is going.
Think the Clowns gonna
Anyways,
beat them?
if we're going to talk about at home, Ravens have had 5 out of 8 games on the road.
They got 5 home games left. I told y'all they could go 3-2 at home. They're not going to finish with the worst record in the league. We probably will somehow play our way out of a top 5 pick, which I'm okay with. This
I'm
draft
about to
isn't
say,
that
how
strong.
fast is that draft pick train coming?
I'm not really too impressed. I'd rather pick in the middle of the pack, get a more developed player.
I was gonna say, in this drive, it's not
Yeah,
really looking
it's
too
nobody
promising.
you want.
But they say the Ravens build
Except
their
for my boy
team
played for LSU.
But this is a team
Outside
that
of
builds
him.
their
He
team.
can't even come out.
He ain't coming.
Ooh.
He got one more year for next
one more
year.
Oh
year.
wow! Well, look at that.
But the Ravens build their teams through the draft. So if anybody
Absolutely.
can find through the seams of a good person,
Over
it
the
was
That's
last
why
Ravens,
middle of the
right?
pack is good for Baltimore.
Over the last 5 years, though, the draft has not been kind to the Ravens. So
No.
they got to do better scouting some guys, too.
Outside of maybe C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, Mosley's been the probably best pick they've had, and Brandon Williams, too. for that matter.
Last but not least, the Giants and the Saints, the thriller that was.
The thriller and the
Wow, that was
Dome.
just a
Big
awesome
Easy.
shootout between.
Dang
two
it, G-Man!
Can I give a shout out to my
Finish
man
the
Drew Brees, showing he's still
Oh,
elite?
shit.
All those people who wrote off Peyton Manning wrote off Drew Brees,
So is Eli.
Eli, Elliott. Odell's elite.
No, he
that
was
boy
elite.
Odell. That boy Odell's elite.
That 50
Yeah, it helps having a guy
He's
like
on his
that.
way. He
And
is
it,
on his
and it
way.
also helps
He
not
is on
playing any
his way.
defense too. You know.
And honestly, I think when Cruz comes back, he might not have a spot on his team. May find a trade partner, hopefully the Ravens. But with that being
Well, why did they
said,
trade him? Why can't they give him both?
because I don't having a guy like Odell, you can stunt his elevation to stardom because you look at every play, they triple team, double team. This guy still finds ways to get open. He's just such a master with the ball. You can't really stop him. And I think that you can't take away his targets. I just think you got to find a way to
I think
You
actually,
would have to keep both because
bringing Victor Cruz
is
in,
not
I
gonna
think,
be 100%.
Make him more
yeah,
prolific.
Victor Cruz, I think actually helps in that slot position. I think it actually really helps.
But Odell plays where
bring-
Victor Cruz used to play. If you look at it, he plays that slot position. So it's kind of like, wow.
So he can't be the third guy? He can't be
I think.
I don't know.
I think.
it could work.
I think.
They don't have him
To
running
me,
game.
to me,
I mean, if
Crazy.
everybody's going to be on this side of the field,
to me,
hello,
to me,
hello,
to me,
right?
I
to me,
think
you
it
can
works.
never have
Who's their running back?
You can never have enough weapons.
Chamberlain?
The catch boy wonder
You can never
on
have
one side,
You can never
and
have
Mr. Sosa himself on the other.
You can never have enough weapons.
But it's
for
only one
one.
football.
And
Remember.
then two, also,
Only
Odell
one football.
Beckham. He's the number one, hands down. But then if you bring in a Victor Cruz who's number two, and they still got
Randall.
Yeah, so I mean, it helps that Eli has as many targets as he does, and everybody knows their role now. You see, Odell has become the number one. Victor Cruz only helps
I
make
can
this
see
Giants
Victor Cruz
offense even
understanding that,
better.
too.
I can see Victor Cruz being like Roddy White and being pissed off he ain't getting the
No,
ball.
no, I see Victor
I
Cruz
can
understanding that.
absolutely see that.
That's why I'm saying
he has his
because-
own theme song when he scores.
Exactly.
I think he'll be.
And I think
he'll
he
be
needs to
upset.
be
I think he'll
the
be
guy.
upset.
I
I think
wanna
he'll be
hear it.
upset.
We'll
wanna
see.
hear it
It'll be
too.
interesting.
But more importantly,
Like
JP,
The Rock
Giants-
says, know your role. He better
Speaking
know
of
his role when he comes
JPP,
in.
week
moving
10,
stuff, he's
he'll be
pushing
back.
stuff,
He'll help
things
that
is
pass
looking
rush
up.
because that defense was
He's pushing stuff?
bad.
I think the
It
Giants.
seems like that finger can maneuver.
Don't
As long
like
as he's
stuff.
not eating the bang bang chicken, he's
Seems
okay.
Don't
like
like
that
anything.
finger can maneuver,
I
and,
hope
and,
so.
and,
Bang,
and
bang,
it
shrimp,
seems like
you know?
he will be able
Don't light anything.
To-
Get a lighter.
to move, tackle, and be hopefully with JPP.
I hope he comes back to
Hey, public service announcement. Next 4th of July or Christmas, whenever you want to
I
just
don't want to see you nowhere near
Keep the
firecrackers.
fireworks out
Keep-
your
man.
hands.
hire someone, please.
Amen.
I think the Giants should
Literally.
have some trade bait for
The next
Victor
time
Cruz
you
when he
pick
gets
up a
healthy.
firework, you're fired.
I don't know
Donald
about JVP. It's up to them whatever they want to do with him. Whether they got 1 year deal with big incentives, whatever.
But they can't get any pressure on the quarterback. They need him to do something.
Absolutely. That's why the Giants.
I think the mere fact of, people will be a little bit probably playing around with his injury, but at the same time, it's still him in that spot. So you don't know what he's capable of. And I think he has a lot to prove. He's going to try to come back and show he's still bad.
He'll be all right. Ronnie Lott played with no fingers.
Ronnie Lott was the
All
man.
right. And so did Torrey the Big Game Holt.
Anthony Munoz had that,
broke
curve.
finger.
And yeah, he can put that. He'll put that club on and knock your head off. You'll get out the way.
We talk about the Giants and consistency, but at the same time, this defense gets on track. JPP rejuvenates it. How you don't want to see the Giants in the playoffs.
No,
How
you don't.
detrimental are they all to everybody else's success? Because you're scared of the Giants, right? At that point, if the Giants are complete, I still think that they may run away with the division. But
it depends. You don't
they're
know
gonna
what
run away with
Giants team
nothing.
you
they're
get.
not running away.
Well, the
with it. I
last
think
couple
they
games,
will win the
nobody's
division.
running away with just the division.
I mean, they have to.
Exactly.
In the NFC East, they have to beat each other to get the division. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be fun to watch.
8-8.
But
can't-
we all know what the Giants are capable of if they make the playoffs. We are
Oh,
well
man,
aware,
it's-
and the Patriots are
It's
also
not a
well aware.
democracy, is it?
You know what I'm saying? So anytime 9-7, 8-8, the Giants have a chance to win everything.
7-9, maybe.
7-9, maybe.
The Giants have a chance to win
But
everything.
with that defense, though, they have to fix it. Can't be that bad going to the playoffs because the Giants made their mark on defense for those Super Bowls, getting after the quarterback, creating turnovers, and Eli managing the game, not turning the ball over, and making his plays every now and then.
And another thing, they have to blitz to get pressure. So
That exposes
you can't.
them.
You got they remember
Somebody's gonna
the
be
NASCAR package
Yeah.
they used to put out there just for and go get them. Can't do that this year.
Anything we forgot to hit or anything we missed?
Hey, Cam Newton
MVP.
is in the MVP running.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
oh, you darn
The
scared.
injuries.
he's
The
my early
injuries. He
season
missed on the
pick.
injuries, Steve Smith out for the season. Your boy Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Keenan Allen, Kenny
yeah.
Procedure.
Reggie
he out
Bush
for the
out
year.
for the
Reggie Bush.
season.
Le'Veon Bell.
Reggie Bush
yeah,
is
Reggie
a walking
Bush.
catastrophe too.
No, he's
every
not
time
walking
I turn-
catastrophe.
Every
Just
time he turns
can't
around, he
find a
gets
home.
hurt. It's
That's
tough, man.
It's tough.
Is it that Kardashian curse?
It's tough.
There is no Kardashian curse. I mean,
I'm just
there shouldn't be. I don't, and for them to talk about Chloe that way.
Shout out to the Bucks getting the win, even though I ain't pick them. James got it done.
He did.
Man, the Falcons are done.
They're
What
overrated.
happened?
Done.
What happened?
Overrated.
We'll get into that in the next.
Okay,
segment.
we sort of kind of won't because what we're gonna talk about game ball, not so game ball. This should be interesting. Can I have your game ball, not so game ball, Mr. Andre Melton?
Are we doing that right now?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
week 8.
dang.
I mean,
I
we're
don't-
going to week 9 when we come back off this break.
I got my game.
Well,
Right, pause for the cause.
Nah.
if I let me do an honorable game ball to the great Ray Lewis. That's
Okay.
that speech he gave. I mean,
That's the only way.
I mean,
what I've been saying the Ravens need all year.
It's sad grown men that get paid millions of dollars need a speech from a man that's retired.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
look,
it is what it
hey,
is.
we all heard that
wait
speech.
till Thursday.
We all heard that
I liked
speech when we were
Brother.
sitting there watching the
I
game,
liked it.
and it inspired
You think
us.
I would go
I was
off?
ready to
Do
get up
you,
and
Carl?
put some pads on,
You think I'ma
listening
go
to the
off?
great.
I hate to
game.
say,
I'm waiting.
this,
I'm
but
You think?
I'm here.
I hate to say this,
Yeah.
but I mean, Joe's not giving him that speech, so. somebody
And
gotta
I
give it to
said
him.
that, and I said Joe wasn't leader. I had
But
all
Joe
the
ain't Joe ain't
America
made.
And
Mikel-
I won't be
Mikel-
mad. I'll be like this.
call. I cannot wait till Thursday.
Mikel said that March
No.
on Washington speech, but I mean they needed that.
We all knew what they needed. We all said
We need
leadership.
game time.
Leadership.
Right. Game
Leadership.
time.
You believe?
But please, Dre, please,
It's
Dre,
about
continue,
being a
man.
Raven.
All right, so
He did.
What the heck was that?
In that speech, he did say Joe's name in there though.
I
But-
feel like
because
he
he-
found Joe
took a
because-
couple
because-
lines from
because
the Super Bowl speech and kind of redid them
because he knows
and
that
said them again.
he knows that
Great speakers do that.
He
Flacco.
copy and pasted.
He
Great
knows
speakers
that,
do that.
he knows
He
that
copy and
Flacco is the leader of this team right now. That's why he kept
Who?
saying Joe's name.
He is.
Who?
He is.
He is the
The
leader.
Joe
quarterback.
Flacco is the leader of the
He leads by
Baltimore
example,
Ravens.
not by mouth.
But yeah, you needed a
So I
defensive
guess-
guy to come back again and talk to offensive guy.
And look, it's a
It's
Hall
not
of
been
Famer.
Joe's fault they've been losing. He's been
It's
playing
not
very
been
well.
Joe's fault. That's right. The numbers don't lie. But we need people to
So-
understand that in the sense of what the Baltimore Ravens mean as far as the construction of a full team aspect and how much camaraderie means, he has not provided that for the rest of his team. And this is why they are losing.
Well,
One of the reasons why they're losing.
Well, no, I think
well.
lack of talent's the reason. They're losing.
let me.
lack of talent is a big
Lack of
Sure,
talent
that
and
too.
no one's together.
That too.
They have no identity.
Well, blame
well,
Terrell
me-
Suggs for that.
Let me.
and if Terrell Suggs was here, somebody would be getting in these butts.
All right. Let me just hurry up with the game ball, not so game ball. Cam gets my game ball, and I never
Cam.
thought that somebody on the same team could get the not so game ball, but Ted Ginn Jr.
What was that?
I mean, you drop passes more than you drop panties. Come
Oh,
on,
my
man.
God.
Like,
Hey,
Hey, you know
Ryan
something about
Jackson.
dropping panties, don't you, boy?
to his
He
credit,
had
though.
one on the chat.
like
To his credit, he
Drop
caught one.
that.
He caught 150-yard pass.
no, but the thing is, you had the game winning,
in your
and
palm
then
of your hand.
you beat like the safety, the corner, like
It's almost as if he looked back and was like, nobody. And it was raining. Like, you look back.
No,
I
it
just didn't.
stopped raining.
I
stopped
mean, I
raining
just
by
didn't. I just didn't
Yeah,
understand
it was wet.
how you could drop that pass. Like
He dropped it.
If
Understand.
if
not
the
a receiver.
if the Panthers would have lost that game,
It been him. It been all him. I got you.
Man,
he
better
probably be on the
last
trade.
bus.
He last on the bus. He probably be traded. They probably would have made some type of trade. They would have probably had
most
a.
likely not to be famous. Anyway,
I
Cravante.
mean,
Wow.
but
Game ball.
that's
Actually,
who that
I'm gonna
goes
start with the.
Not so game ball. You want to start with the bad news first?
I'm gonna start with the not so game ball. The Detroit Lions.
Brother.
What are they doing? I don't understand this team. Like, from Matthew Stafford getting benched, Calvin Johnson wasting all his great years with his team. Like, it's all bad. Where's Haloti Nada?
He's still in.
He
He's
didn't
still
work
in
for
Royal
him.
Farms.
He's eating chicken, man.
A problem. That means he's still in Baltimore. That's a problem.
He's eating chicken.
Okay, this team just
Adama
looks.
and Sue kind of sort of broke up their dynamic to a degree.
And
in this
a point. They're deep. They can't stop anybody. They can't stop a soul.
They
but
can't
yet
stop
they
me.
they fired their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with defense, correct?
Right.
Not so game ball. Okay, just not so game ball.
What
But
do you make of Calvin Johnson? Does he? Is it time to end ties?
It's time for him to change the scenery, man. It's time for him to go before he can't go anymore.
So this is not going to be a Larry Fitzgerald thing where he stays. And
I don't know. He got to change that quarterback situation.
that's not going anywhere. You know that.
I
Right?
don't think so.
They love him there. Anywho, it's game ball.
Game ball. Drew Brees. Drew, 7
Welcome
touchdowns.
back. If you ever
7
was left.
touchdowns. 50
Welcome back if you ever left.
Come on, man.
Duel in the
Not even
Superdome.
close. 7 touchdowns.
Elite,
Enough said.
ladies and
Why
gentlemen,
was
don't
everybody so
forget.
quick to close the door? Why
Because-
is it so hard to believe that? Aaron Rodgers can have a bad game. Why can't Drew Brees have a couple?
I mean, well, the New Orleans Saints is not a good team. Well, I mean,
They're coming back. Ever since they beat Atlanta,
They're
they're
getting better.
4-4.
But over the past couple
Defensively, they're not
years,
good.
over the
Defensively,
past couple years, as a team, they haven't been really good.
And
And
nobody's
it's
afraid of
mainly
him at home neither.
and it's mainly to the point of that defense.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Drew Brees has to suffer through that.
And
But
Jimmy Graham, who Ben Watson been looking like Jimmy Graham out there.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Sure has. He found a new target. And Willie Snead.
Woo!
Yeah, he got some young upcomers.
And Brandon Cooks.
Seahawks actually looked like they were trying to show some life on Jimmy Graham today. Anyways, Byron, you want to start with the good news or bad news?
Start with the bad news.
All right, let's go.
And I'm going to get a national game ball to the injury bug. Just throughout the year, non-contact injuries. Jordy Nelson, Calvin Benjamin, Dante Fowler, the rookie for the Jaguars. Then moving in Steve Smith this week, Le'Veon Bell, Keenan Allen. Just so many injuries. Reggie Bush. It's just been a bad year for injuries.
Achilles.
People who play fantasy, the Achilles injuries, Terrell Suggs, just to name a few. It's just been a hard year for these guys, and kind of sucks because it kind of takes away from the beauty of the game. Kevin White, the rookie, hasn't played, so it's just been a bad year for injuries. So
Rashard
Don't bring his name up.
I honestly
if
like
you go to
remember.
anybody on a particular team, though, who's your national game ball, though?
I would Cowboys.
Dang, you took my pick.
Yeah, I'm just done
let
with
him
them
go
right
with the
now.
injuries.
Just not very good.
Yeah, I
And
should have.
Des Bryant isn't 100%. Sherman and them boys, that defense looks good.
Can I ask you this, though? They thought Dez was the answer to all the problems.
No, it's all about the quarterback. Romo's more important to that team.
Yeah.
than
Soon
anything.
as
I don't
the
know why
quarterback
people don't
comes
realize
back,
that.
they knew what it
If
was.
they had I would rather them not have Dez and have Romo because Romo still can
But
make
they
people
thought it
run
was going to be a
better.
quick fix. Dez comes in.
No,
quick
And
fix.
if they have Romo, they're 5-2.
They thought it was going to be a spark more so than a fix.
Yeah, he's still a couple weeks away from being himself.
I mean, Richard Sherman actually played him pretty well. Anyway, it's a game ball.
Yeah, I got a special game ball this week. Quan Alexander, linebacker from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, rookie out of LSU. The day before his brother was killed, played in the game, had a great game against the Falcons, 11 tackles, interception, fumble recovery was the main reason they won that game. And him and Levante David on that defense has helped the Bucs have some formidability with Lovie Smith and hopefully Jameis and his team. They got to win. They're 3-5, hovering around that win mark. So they have a good team. Quan Alexander, shout out to you, real strong. Bucs got something done.
Not bad.
D, can you start with the good news? I had a couple guys start with the bad
Yeah, I
news.
start with the good news. You know, I was looking. The Oakland Raiders.
Say it, Dre. Say it.
The good news.
The Raiders.
There you go.
Black hole, baby.
No. You got to do it better than that, man. Come on now.
Oakland's over 500, looking good.
They're looking good.
Playoff bound, baby.
Man.
Say it.
If they beat
Say
Pittsburgh
it with your
Sunday,
chest.
they will be playoff
Say,
bound.
do you believe in the Jets? No. You believe in the Steelers? No.
Nah.
There you go. They're going to get in by default, if anything.
I think Oakland might lose Sunday, but I like what they're doing.
Derek Carr.
The Raiders.
Best
And Houston
quarterback
could have
Still ain't
had.
do it right.
Yeah,
Houston
the
could've had
best.
Derek
But just
Carr.
because they didn't want another car,
Yeah.
they passed up on him. And Bill O'Brien should be fired.
Bad mistakes. And the not so
I like
game
Dre's
ball.
better. I like Dre's better.
Dre's was.
Really?
Dre was.
I like Dre's better.
And for the not so game ball, y'all don't mind me going to college yet.
No.
Miami and Duke.
Okay.
How you in like that?
I don't know.
Come on, officials. The knee was down.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That one.
Cost Duke. Must say I
Every
don't
time.
like Duke in basketball. And
I like the football team, though.
I'm cool with them, and it cost them.
That is
It
true.
cost them. That wasn't a good way to end.
Can we stay on the good side on this side?
Yes,
Go
you
ahead,
can.
Roger.
Yes, we can. I mean, I've been down on this team since week 2, man. The Ravens, man. But Joe Flacco gets my game ball. Showed up,
Of
you know,
course.
did his thing. Of course, he's gonna get my game ball. I mean, they've been losing a lot of games. So
He had to be woke up from the dead from
Yeah.
Ray. But go ahead.
hey, no, the whole team had to be woke up from the dead. But
Yeah, it was nice to
Joe
see
gets the game
wide
ball.
receivers catch the football.
Walking Dead that throws over
Rashard
300
Perriman ain't gonna
something
catch
yards.
nothing. You know? But anyways, my not so game ball goes to the Jets, man. I picked this team to win. I thought they was gonna, rebound from the butt whooping they caught against the Patriots, and little did I know. They
That
couldn't
Brady
stop-
effect,
they
man.
They couldn't
It lasts
stop-
on you.
They couldn't stop anybody out there.
Man, they couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Well, look, Halloween was the day before, and when Geno Smith came in there, it was Fright Night.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, beautiful.
Fright Night.
You know what?
Oh,
That's
beautiful.
actually what messed them up, though. The fact that Geno Smith started.
And Fitzpatrick
when
got torn ligaments in his
Fitzpatrick got
thumb.
hurt,
Yes.
it was just downhill from
Gino
there.
could start this week.
He got
Let's see.
injured.
I'm going to start the good news with bad news. I'm going to start with the good news. My game ball goes to Seattle Seahawks. No, Russell Wilson. They squeaked by the Cowboys. I don't know why
I
they
wouldn't give it to
squeaked
him.
by
Why?
the Cowboys.
Squeak.
I'd give it to
But
Seattle.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Russell Wilson because
For his Halloween costume?
because
Batman.
Sierra's Halloween costume?
if it wasn't for
Him
that,
and Sierra, that was dope.
he had one important run for that really. I mean, that's how you. That's that you run for that money.
I
that
know.
you
I
said it.
know exactly
So
why he gave the game ball.
it's no secret. I like the Seahawks.
Because he reminds you of RG3, don't it?
No. Get off my back. I
Whoopi?
haven't spoken about RG3 since
Whoopi.
he sat his behind down. I've kind of kept my comments to myself. I've let bygones be bygones. I've moved forward
Kirk
with
Cousins
Kirk,
doing well.
or Kirky, as I like to call him when
Kirk's
he makes
doing
me
well.
happy.
Okay.
We
won't do all this Sunday.
But
He's
Russell
doing
Wilson
well.
is my game ball. My not so game ball. You know what? I hate repeats, but the Dallas Cowboys, man, what the heck? Really?
Yes, really.
They need Romo.
I heard
The
say
universe
shit.
is-
I'm
is
looking
not
at that team
working.
like,
Look who the
yeah,
quarterback
The
is.
universe
really.
is not. The universe is not working
Yo,
for them.
Matt Castle
It's horrible.
Matt Castle threw for 97 yards.
He also threw for 3
Brandon
touchdowns a game
Weeden.
before where
I
Jeremy
think they should go
McFadden had
back
the
to
game of
Weeden.
his life as a Cowboy.
Bring back the weed.
I was praying that they somehow traded for RG3 over this trade deadline to get somebody
The
in there for
Redskins
next
will
month.
never help the Cowboys. You know that.
Never
Yeah.
help the Cowboy. I don't think this.
But the Eagles did trade Donovan McNabb to the Redskins, but that's another story.
Remember, we never help. People help us. People try to help us. We never help out.
Hey, we try to help y'all all the time.
Hey, get out of here.
I mean,
outta here.
everybody
Nobody asked you to speak of this.
everybody that wants to make a statement, that wants to go against their former team, they come to the Redskins.
That is true.
Hey, y'all get Deshaun Jackson back this week, though. That's good.
Welcome back, my friend. He'll be a
Much
little
needed.
rusty too.
Much needed,
But we'll see
man.
what
Too
happens.
bad it's wrong.
Anyways, that ends week 8. We gotta move on to week 9 after the break. We got to score to settle with those picks. Then we go back to the new picks. So this is the Flex Zone. You're not going anywhere, so there's no need for me to tell you that. We'll be right back. We're back. I know you didn't go anywhere. You were just waiting for us to come back home. And we're here. Flex Zone. I have some unfinished business with you guys that we have yet to be able to get into. You know, I proposed the greatest tight ends of all time, and we still haven't gotten to that. Next week, be ready, please. I want to see where Rob Gronkowski fits. People.
We could do that.
He fits somewhere.
Fits somewhere. But
Man.
might be number 1 to some of you guys.
He's
Anyways,
number 1.
He on his way.
He's on his way.
anyways,
Moving on
be
now.
ready, be there, be square. Entertain me, because your picks always do.
Oh, we got to do last week, too, because we didn't hear the picks last week.
That's what I'm saying. So, your unfinished business. Roger, the pick corner is yours.
All right. Okay. So you went picks from last week. Okay. Picks from week 7. I went 9-5. Brittany went 8-6. Andre, you went 8-6. D, you went 9-5. Cravante 10-4. Byron 9-5.
All right, we hanging around.
Michael, you went 500 7-7. It's all good though.
It's okay.
And Corey
It happens.
8-6, man. Good job. But these week's picks, I didn't quite do so well. I went 500 7-7. Brittany went 11-3.
Whoa.
Andre went 10-4. D, you went 11-3, buddy. Cravante, you went 10-4. Byron, 12-2, man.
That's right, baby. We
Moving
coming.
up.
We getting hot. We getting hot at the right time. I told y'all, start picking with my heart, get out of my
Falcons
emotions,
messed me up.
and then
Steelers
we gonna
messed
get
me
it.
up.
We gonna get it
Oh, my
popping, baby.
Goodness gracious.
Sean Yost went 11-3 from
Whoa.
I
It
guess
was?
from last
Oh.
week.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
watch out, Sean.
Michael, you went 12-2.
Or whatever you got. Just
What?
went
What?
12-2.
What?
But
Hey,
the shout
don't look
out,
over here.
but
Hi, wait, hold,
Don't
wait,
look
wait,
over
time
here.
out.
What time?
Byron, hi.
Don't look over there.
Hello.
y'all tied each other. But shout out to
Oh,
my
man.
boy Matthews.
Corey.
13-1, baby.
Oh,
13-1. You done rebounded, bro.
Hey, you want my seat? I'm going.
Wow.
Hey, Byron.
Wow.
Byron.
Wow.
13-1.
Hi.
Wow.
I just.
I
Hello?
couldn't believe it. When I saw that, I was like,
So-
this
so
boy
what-
got it. This boy
Which
got it.
What game did he
Byron.
miss?
He only, what did he miss?
I'm milking this cow.
I
Hello.
can't think what he missed.
I hear
Was
something
it
that
a
I
Denver
don't.
game?
He's not going to pay me no mind, but I'm truly milking
Did
this
you
cow.
pick the Packers?
Hey. Hi.
Probably picked the Packers. Or maybe he's smart and didn't pick the
I'm
bad.
not sure which pick he missed, but all I know is he went 13-1.
Wow.
Congratulations,
That's hot.
Corey.
So what are the
You're a
standings at?
bad
Where the
man.
standings at right now?
Our
Actually-
former intern would have never did that.
No, he probably would never have.
He would have
done
just
that.
bashed Undertaker.
No comment.
He would have just bashed Undertaker.
Byron,
We
hi.
have another
How you doing,
tie
Michael?
Hi.
for first place between D and Cravante.
Hi.
What?
What?
Wait.
What?
So
All right, so where do I rank at?
Hold on. What's going on?
Nowhere near.
you got 74, so you're 4 points below.
I'm 4 points below too.
You're actually ahead of Dre
All right.
by 1 point.
That's right, baby. We coming.
75.
All right.
So yeah, that's the picks.
Hey, Steph Curry's on a run like no other. Shout out to my man. You know, we keeping it going another year. Light skinned brothers, man. We here to stay. All right. Hide your kid, hide your wife. You know, we here. Steph Curry, potentially best player in the NBA, another MVP season.
Oh my God! Did you see his
Pac
ritual?
we
Did you see his game ritual with his daughter?
Yeah, it's precious.
I'm tired of making that man mad.
Oh man! Well, he said he doesn't.
Please.
He said he doesn't apologize. He said he will. What was his statement? I apologize. If you
He's
guys
letting
feel
his
like
play speak for him, and I
you
like
guys
that.
feel like
Oh,
that
he
we
is.
didn't win the right way,
And
I
I can't
apologize.
wait till he
If
play
you
the
feel like I
Lakers.
shouldn't have won MVP, I apologize.
Well, I don't want to see
And
that.
he
Kobe.
further showed
Don't
on the
stop
court
it.
that he doesn't apologize.
He's relentless.
He went through two dudes, and I don't even know what that game against Houston was.
But check
Dwight
out. First
Howard,
place, baby.
you whined the whole game. Dwight Howard
Half an
whined the whole game. Anyways, let's move on, people. Week 9, shall we? 8:25, Thursday night football, as they call it. The Bengals and the Browns.
Oh man.
I'm
football
gonna
is
take the
Johnny-
Browns.
What?
Whoa!
Hey,
Oh, time
hey.
out. You're
She
taking
doesn't
Johnny
believe in the
Foosball?
Bengals. That's
No,
all.
you don't.
You taking Johnny Foosball?
Girl, if you don't get on this train,
I
stop
don't like
playing.
that you
Get on in this
taking
house, girl.
You taking Johnny Foosball on a
saying.
short
The
week,
Bengals are a pick I will gladly lose every time.
and you'll lose this one because
I
the
don't
Bengals
appreciate it.
Yeah, because the Browns
put
at
the
home
hammer
couldn't even
on
get it done against the Cardinals.
But yet and
so-
still, she'll take the Skins. I don't get it. I don't understand.
You're
that.
never gonna get that because I'm never gonna vote
I
against
don't.
them.
But
I'm
pick
sorry.
the Bengals. You have a
Fine.
shot.
I'll pick the Bengals.
No. Don't do it because of me. But I'm just saying.
Nah, I don't care about the shot. That
Pick
don't
with
go
who
with
you
your
want.
courage.
You right.
You right. Your
You might keep the
conviction.
Browns. You
Say
might
it
keep
with
the
your
Browns.
chest.
Because when
Do
it.
Because if the Browns win, I'm not gonna say nothing.
I'm taking
I'm
the
gonna.
Browns.
I ain't got nothing to say.
You know,
take the
I
Browns.
wish the Browns
If-
would have made this decision weeks ago. They probably would have been more than 2-6. But
Hey,
as
McCown's
much as
not
I love,
bad, man.
you know, Johnny
What'd you
football.
say?
McCown has not been that bad.
But
No, she's pretty good. She's pretty good.
12-2 last
No,
week.
no,
that
no,
was
no. I
crazy.
said
No,
Josh
McCown.
Oh,
McCown.
Macau.
McCown has not been that bad.
Oh, thanks, people. Hi, Byron.
she all right. She ain't all
Hi,
right.
Byron.
That she get 1 week. A dead clock is right twice a day. Ain't that right,
Can
Joe?
that be saying? Can that saying be? Can the
why you
clock
gotta
be
have
thrown
co-sign?
out
Why you
forever?
gotta
That's what he likes to say. I'm not going to take credit for it.
Byron, hi. Look at me when I say this.
Man, when do the
you
rest
can't
of us
even
get
look
their
at me.
pictures, man?
Why can't you look at me? I don't understand.
Get on the train.
Hi,
Bengals are going to win.
Browns. Anywho, the Packers, 1 o'clock. Panthers. I'm gonna go with Cam. Now that's a train I'm going to continue to ride.
I want to go with Cam, but Ted Ginn, my God. I mean, yeah, he's just. I don't know if he's going to catch balls this week or drop them.
He's away. He's in Carolina this week too. He's not at home. So
He's
remember
a-
that factor.
That's fine and all, but Aaron Rodgers, man,
This is Periscope.
he has to
Hello.
have a comeback game after
How you
after
doing?
last
I'm
week's
Mikkel. Nice to
debacle.
meet you.
So
Come on, man.
I'm picking the
You
Pack.
guys- what's good?
The Pack is getting picked by me.
Thank you.
Aaron Rodgers usually don't have 2 straight bad weeks normally.
Give it to me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Have your pick. Go ahead.
I'm gonna choose the Packers myself.
How you turn
There you
this
go.
thing around?
The Panthers not having a number one receiver is going to bite them soon, and I think this is going to be the week.
Panthers have to lose the game. This is it. Can't get a pass rush. Have to blitz. Secondary still don't believe in it. The bad man will return this week.
No, I say short week also for
Short week,
Carolina.
and the Packers are angry.
Yeah, I like the Packers in a close game. It's going to be a very.
I think it'll be another ugly, close game, like you said.
Carvante.
Definitely the Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, I already said.
All right, I'm taking the Panthers. Anyways,
2 upsets.
dead man's walking.
Well, it's about to be 3.
Dead man's walking. Redskins go to the Patriots. You know what though? I'm gonna do something y'all not gonna think I'm gonna do. I'm pick the Patriots.
Oh my God!
That's why it's hot down here in Baltimore.
Oh my goodness!
Psych! Did you really think I was gonna do
Cool.
it? I'm picking the Skins, baby. That's right, Pascal. I'm never doing it.
You haven't been drinking, have you?
No.
Yeah, I kind of had a little long.
No. Listen.
That's why she was
I
late.
think she
Showing
needs to
up
be
to the
drunk.
game.
I can see
You know
that.
what I want you to do Sunday when the score gets
Man,
out?
this
Stop.
was
She has
this
to stop.
When the Patriots go up about 21 points.
listen, we all know what's gonna happen. The
I want
newest
you-
episode.
I
of
want
the,
you to get the MC
Hey,
hammer
listen.
Sound
out.
crazy.
The Redskins will.
gonna be hammer time.
Their name change will
Matter of
change
fact,
it because the Native
send the
Americans
hammer
won't even
time
want
to
to
her
be part
Facebook
of the
page.
organization after this game goes down.
That's all you gotta do.
They'll be bow and arrowing their own selves. But the
Tom
Redskins,
Brady is going to
I'm gonna
slice
pick
them
the
and dice
Redskins.
them.
Like Mama Payne.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mama Payne.
It's gonna be some roasted
gonna be
pigs on the
hammer
field.
time.
It's gonna be roasted pigs on the
The
field,
puffy
baby.
pants gonna
All right, we're gonna move forward because I always know where you at. But I
48-4.
can't believe y'all. Y'all are disgraceful. You actually thought I was
I
gonna
didn't.
pick the Patriots.
I didn't either.
I didn't.
You was going with
I said 3, just like when D said 2 in a row. I said 3.
All right,
Watch
when,
this.
the Browns win, I don't want nothing out of you.
You right.
I'm
You
just trying to-
gladly, just like I let Byron
When the
go on
Panthers
his
win-
tangent. I let him
When
go on
the
tangent.
Panthers
You
win,
would gladly.
I don't want nothing out
I
of you.
don't.
I just want to know.
Anyways,
I can't
I just
trust
want to know
them.
what alcoholic beverage you had.
When
That's all I
I'm
wanna know.
3 and 0
I can't
on
trust
these,
them.
well, not 3 and 0. When I'm
Cushion
2 and
right
1. When I'm 2 and 1.
So
with
you,
my
so
first
you know
picks,
the Skins
I
are
wanna
gonna
hear
lose
that.
then.
And that's the bad part.
It's
You
just
know
never
That's
lose,
what,
but
and that's
you
what
don't
that's what I'm
pick them.
saying.
No, I'm
but
not.
the Bengals are here at home against the Browns, and she picks the
Nah,
Browns. I don't
nah.
get it.
Quarterback.
I don't get it.
That's
Nah,
fine. She wants to
nah.
go 500. That's fine.
Hey,
Hey, she been out. She been out. So I'm not even
We do
tripping.
this every week, and
I'm not even
ironically,
tripping.
this show depletes me more than another show. I was told I was dynamic on another show. We know you're not going to pick against the Redskins. That's what makes you, Mikkel. Go ahead and do that. Yet I come here, and I'm ostracized by my fellow teammates. Anyways,
That's not gonna
we're
work
move
with us
forward.
all
We're
the
gonna
Right,
move
what?
forward.
Keep it real on the show.
We're gonna
Please,
move forward.
please, 100%. I'm just
yes.
saying the Bengals are there.
We're
at
gonna
home.
move
I'm
in.
just
Yeah,
saying.
they're gonna
Get
lose.
some back and forth. Sure.
Do we really got to pick this
Titans,
next game?
Saints.
There's another hammer time game.
Hey, they about to go
Saints.
marching all over the Titans, baby. It's gonna be some music in the Superdome.
Miami.
Go
Miami.
marching
What did
in.
I just say? Miami goes plays the Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills too, actually. On
Bills
this.
off a bye, should be healthy.
Both teams off a bye, but I like the Bills.
I'm going with the Bills
No,
as well.
10 day off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This
I'm
one-
gonna choose.
Here you go.
Don't forget
I'm
Cameron Wake out for the year. Another injury.
Yeah, that's another.
I'm
No pass rush.
and the Bills will be healthy.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor, LaShawn McCoy, Sammy Watkins, hopefully.
Williams.
I
running
want to
back.
roll with the Dolphins so bad, but they
Why?
laid an
I
egg.
thought that all of a sudden the new turnaround was
You
gonna be
know
the
what?
When you
turnaround.
play
New
the
coach.
AFC
I
South,
thought.
they make you look good.
What happened?
When
I
you play
thought.
the
I
AFC
thought
South.
I like
new
Campbell,
coach,
but
new system.
I just think they don't have the
work.
talent.
You play the AFC South, you look better.
This game's a little touchy for me. Rams Vikings.
Oh,
is a
man,
tough
my
game.
two playoff teams.
It's a
Going
little
out.
touchy for me. But
Gurley.
Todd Gurley has been my
I'm
man.
going with the Rams.
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
You know what? But people don't realize Minnesota's quietly 5-2, and they have one of the best defenses in the league. And that defensive line is going to
I gotta
contain
go.
Gurley.
You know what?
It's an even game. I gotta go with the home.
Yeah,
team.
gotta go with the Vikings.
I'm
Go
a
with the
ro-
quarterback, like you
I'm-
always say.
Yeah.
To me, it goes down to the new Adrian Peterson versus the old Adrian Peterson.
Hey, this new Adrian Peterson is still pretty good though.
Yeah, no,
And I
He's
think
a little conservative.
No, but
no,
he's still getting 100 yards,
he's
and
no
you got
slouch.
Stephon Diggs to throw to. It's
I
not
mean,
enough.
Adrian Peterson, a
but-
little conservative.
Todd Gurley.
It's a little different.
when
I'm
it's-
not used to it.
when
Go ahead.
Adrian Peterson retires, Todd Gurley will be the new best running back in the league. But there's still somebody.
There's some articles out there saying he's the best now.
But there's still a
I mean, who does he
man
have to really compete
in Minnesota, and his name is Adrian Peterson.
And a receiving Stephon Diggs.
So
I mean,
until then,
I'm with you. I'm gonna take the Rams, Conte.
I'm
What?
gonna roll with the
I'm
Vikings.
rolling with the Vikings to get to 6-2 and only be one game behind the bad man and the Packers.
I'm gonna roll
All
with
right,
the
next
Vikings.
game. Can we
Yes, sir.
can we get this over with? I'm gonna pick the Jets. Come on.
Yeah, everybody's picking the Jets.
Jets, yes.
Jets, but in a close game, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
They have to rebound.
Resurgent Big Ben
No,
or Amari
he's rusty.
Cooper and the Raiders. Take it again.
Can I give a shout out to my man Michael Crabtree getting it done out there? That defense, Malcolm Smith, Super Bowl MVP, Alden Smith, he
The
ain't there
old
no
man.
more. Charles Woodson,
Charles
the
Woodson,
ageless
old
wonder,
man.
and Khalil Mack in that game.
Isn't he leading the leading tackles?
He got
old man?
So.
he's a balling out Hall of Famer, and I'm going with the Raiders.
Can I ask you a question?
Upset.
Where do you get to a point in the end of your career, or so they say, the end of your career, where you just got to show? I may be getting to the end, but I ain't gone yet.
What more appropriate way for him to end his career than a playoff run for the Raiders, who haven't been good in 10+ years? And this team, if they win this week, which I think they will, they'll be in the driver's seat for that one wild card spot.
I'm not too stuck on Big
And
Ben
they'll
coming
get,
back.
and if they win out, if they get that fifth spot, they'll play the AFC South division winner, and they have a shot to win that.
I'm not
Well,
too stuck on Big Ben coming back and being fully ready yet. I'm
Not
gonna go
ready.
with the
To me, it just comes down to Le'Veon Bell not being there.
That
I think
just took
that
the heart out
that
of
hurts Pittsburgh tremendously.
terrible child.
I'm gonna roll with the Raiders.
Why does it have to be the
Black Hole, Bay Area. Good year for the Bay Area.
I love the Raiders. I
You're
love
gonna
what they're
pick Steelers.
doing. They did this a couple weeks ago, and they beat the Ravens. They went to Chicago and laid an egg. And I think they're going to lay an egg in Pittsburgh.
I think Mr.
And they won in 16 since 2003, coming east to west.
Means they're due, that's all.
I think D'Angelo Williams is going to have a nice day.
Hey man, I'm going with the Raiders.
I
Derek
would love to
Carr,
be wrong.
Self-explanatory.
This one game.
Derek
I'm
Carr
going
will be
with
the best
Steelers. I'm going
quarterback on
with
the field
Steelers.
Sunday.
I'm
The
going with
G-Man. Let's move on to these 4 o'clock games. The G-Man will beat the Buccaneers.
Oh, do we have to?
Steelers. The G-Men will beat the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
They might
Now,
make,
I
Sheamus
wouldn't
look
be
good.
mad. I wouldn't be mad if they
It's tough.
lose,
It's
but I am
tough.
going with the G-men.
Yeah.
They might make Sheamus look good, though.
The
That
NFC
defense
East is
ain't
so
good.
imperfectly imperfect.
Odell Beckham is the
It's beautiful.
reason I'm
It's
going
beautiful.
to
Giants will win the
this game.
game.
Beautiful arrangement, isn't
And
it?
give credit to
nightmare.
Eli. He's played well, not turning the ball over like the Giants. Still holding on that they
Lady Gaga.
will win.
I believe in Eli.
That's right.
Anywho's,
We ain't got to
I
choose
don't
this
know who
game
the
either.
Falcons are again, but I mean,
But
the
they
Falcons
playing the
will beat
49ers.
Hey, look,
But they
they're
playing
overrated, but nothing helps you out more than a trip to San Francisco.
Except you're the Ravens. You can beat the 49ers.
With the quarterback that is what?
Blaine
5 and
Gabbert?
12?
Hey,
Blaine
Dan,
Gabbert.
Dan,
I swear
Dan
the
Quinn's
Falcons
defense
better
is
not lose
about
this
to
game.
have a field day.
Falcons lose this game, boy. Here's
Julio.
If they lose this
you
game,
Yeah, what a time to come back, baby.
That's your what?
That's my dog.
Exactly.
It's the time he gonna go
He
off.
going dog off.
He went off last week though.
Yeah, he always going.
Well, he fumbled the ball.
How many yards is
Yeah, that was a bad
How many
fumble.
yards is Devontae Freeman get?
About
Freeman.
130.
About $125 and
150,
130.
150.
Matt Ryan has a wake up day, but they're still overrated. But they need this win.
This should be interesting. The Broncos play the Colts. I'm gonna take Peyton.
Payman is coming back home, and I think he's finally gonna get over that hump.
I don't trust Andrew Luck, and
You don't trust him still lucky?
I don't trust him anymore.
Yeah.
He has to show me why he's the number
He
one
looks
pick
like a
a
banged
couple
up
years back
quarterback right
because he's just throwing interceptions left and right. So I got to pick that defense and the Broncos.
The Colts lose this game.
3-6.
What happens to the Colts? Is it? Do we
I think
press
they
the
still-
panic
they-
button?
They
No.
better hope the
Season-
Texans lose too.
The Texans on the bye.
Texans on the back. Oh
They
yeah,
might
they,
lose to the bye week though. Be careful.
They might. They just might.
All right, I'm taking Pay in a close game.
oh my gosh,
Now-
I want to take the Colts just for him saying that, but
You know you want to. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nope.
Yeah,
Broncos.
I think Dre said it
Broncos.
earlier. Andrew Luck's mechanics are horrible. I know he's banged up with the ribs, but he's
Yeah,
double
he-
pumping and tap dancing, and
He looks like a banged up quarterback that don't want to get hurt. So,
they fall to 3-6. They still could win the
I'm almost to
division.
the
But
point. Let Matt Hasselbeck start.
yeah, that's what Sean Yo said that earlier today. He
Hey
said,
man,
"Man,
he's not
Matt
looking bad
Hasselbeck's
out there.
done."
He is not
But
looking
you know
bad.
what? I'm gonna roll with the Colts.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised. They
Okay.
won. I really would.
I mean, last time that they did this, they had the Broncos number, and also the Colts almost came back and won this game on Monday night.
Sure did.
However,
Sure did.
the Broncos haven't had the defense that they have now.
Listen, man. One
So
thing
that's
that
a
travels.
factor that
One thing that
changes.
travels.
and the
the
Colts,
defense and the run game.
the Colts don't have an offensive line.
And this
Don't
is a
have a
short
line.
week, though. This is a short week, and they was in overtime.
That defense is not
It's
lying.
emotional
Wade
loss,
Phillips
tough
has
loss.
them ready to play.
Very tough
so
loss.
if for any indiscretion you can talk about Peyton Manning or that offense, you cannot talk
Have
about that
fun
defense.
throwing on the best
Not at
secondary in the
all.
league.
You can leave
Not
that
at all.
defense alone. You disrespect that Broncos defense.
Peyton Manning
Arguably-
in a
And this
dome
year.
is a different quarterback.
That's true.
Arguably the
Payback.
best secondary, not even best defense, arguably the best secondary in the league too.
And I think Vernon Davis
Chris
will make an
Harris.
impact immediately.
Keep
And
the
let's
lead.
Move
keep the
forward,
lead.
please.
Oh my god.
Sunday Night
That's
Football on NBC.
Tie.
Nah.
It's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be so ugly. This game's gonna be
Matt
so
Castle.
ugly.
As long as Romo ain't playing, it ain't no need to pick the Cowboys.
I'm picking the Eagles. Fly.
Yeah,
They
me
not-
Birdies
too.
fly.
Me too. I'm picking the Eagles.
And the Eagles coming off.
They're
a bye
not.
week also.
They're not even Eagles. They like parrots.
And the Eagles kind of somehow find themselves back
Fly,
in one of the
Parrot.
positions to win the NFC East.
And this is a divisional game. God,
This is a revenge.
they about to get an
game.
easy one. They about to get an
They
easy one
play-
right here.
they-
They
have
play.
started Sunday
They
night
play
football.
well in Jerry World. Remember last year Thanksgiving they blew them out.
Everybody does.
So yeah, they
know.
play.
Everybody
Cowboys-
comes to a
Everybody
stadium
comes to
that was
Jerry
built for the Cowboys to reign.
It's not home
the
field.
Cowboys.
It's
Right.
not home
Right.
field for
My
real.
only thing-
It's not
Everybody
home-
go there to show out.
This is not Lambeau.
Well,
No,
my,
not at
my
all.
only thing
No
is this:
degree.
will there be some controversy after this game too?
Sure, why not?
As every Cowboys game
Sure,
has
why
some
not?
controversy.
Come on, why not?
$1
One game,
play.
you know,
Why
And
not?
they don't
Why
have
not?
even
Who's
national
gonna Who's gonna be
television every
Who's gonna be
week.
arguing this
No.
week?
Well, they
on
were
national
predicting the
television?
quarterback and
Right.
the wide receiver to be hurt.
And
This
Will
team
Dez
should
be in his
be 5
underwear?
and 2.
I mean, in all actuality, to all respect to the Dallas Cowboys, they should be leading this division. They should be winning this division. The casualties that have happened, and it's just unfortunate.
And Joseph Randle got cut today.
Yes, he did. Adios.
And it said the starting running back. I said, oh.
Adios.
Give credit to that defense. So they have held them in the games. Just the offense
Poor
is just
Jeremy
bad.
McFadden, though.
He played well.
He's
played
playing.
well.
He still got. He's still on the
He's
team.
balling.
Poor
He's
Damon
showing.
McFadden.
He's balling.
When he's healthy,
And then
he's a
Matt
good running
Castle
back.
threw 3 picks and threw away the
They
game of
just need
his
to run the ball
Cowboy
every
career.
play.
Hey, he's on my fantasy team. I have no problem with that.
Fantasy is no longer a fantasy this year. So if you're winning a good fantasy,
I have
Who are
no
you?
4-4
problem
over.
with
I'm
that.
looking good.
I don't know about y'all,
I don't know. You're just an enigma when it comes to picks.
but I'm picking the Cowboys.
Of course
They
you are.
they
Hold on, you're
have
picking them.
Wait a minute, you're picking against your own team?
Your own team, man.
the Dallas.
Really?
That's both his teams.
So he wins regardless.
Whatever. The Dallas Cowboys, look, they
Dead
need.
clock rings the clock with it ticks.
they
Whatever
need-
the heck. It is.
Yeah, whatever you're saying.
If you're gonna
is-
make fun, at least get it right. Look, they need at least 1 to 2 W's before Romo comes back, and I think
And
this
it's
is the
still
week
no
that it
quick
could
fix
happen.
when
Romo
Romo
so.
comes
I
back.
hope you're right, Dre. I
It's
hope
not
you're
even a
right.
quick fix when he comes back. Why
Right,
did?
I hope you're right.
This is my thing with the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody granted, the NFC East is as, like we said, as imperfectly imperfect as it can be. However, why is it so quick to make it seem like, oh, all they need is this, all they need is that? You do, but it's not that simple. People,
It
It's
never
not that
is.
serious.
Never that simple.
Not-
It's
not
never
that
that simple.
like, come on.
You
The
could be
Dallas
rushing,
Cowboys have
you know.
made a mockery of every game of the week they played it. Why is it still? It was. I feel about the Dallas Cowboys how we felt about the Jets. Why are they continuing to be on national television?
Last year, yeah.
I feel
Who
that-
keeps putting
that-
the Jets on Monday night and Sunday night?
I feel the NFL
Who keeps
gotta-
putting the
gotta do
Cowboys
something
at
with
4
late games.
o'clock?
I do.
Well,
And now they have
granted, I
one
just
of
think
them.
need every weakness to be able to be flexed. That's all.
They need to.
They need a 1 o'clock game.
They do have flex, but they need to make sure at least have 3 to 4 late games on at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I gotta say that 2 game
Hey,
is
I don't
no
mind
good.
watching the
That
Cowboys.
is no good.
I don't mind watching the
Terrible.
Cowboys lose in prime time.
I'm just fearful that the Cowboys
In
won't
his
win
draw.
a game until Romo comes back.
That's
In
well, I'm
his
sure that's what's
draw.
going to
They'll be in a
happen.
situation where they'll be like
That's what it is, though,
2 and
man.
8, 2 and 7.
That's
Yeah, they're
what
going
it
2 and
is.
7. They're going to be 2 and
And
7 when
they
Romo
would have
comes
to
back.
win
Shout out to
7 in a
Michael
row.
Irvin.
Probably still
That was
won't.
the quote of the year.
And his draws.
That's how, and his draws.
And his draws.
Anyways,
And they ain't won a game
it
since.
ain't won a game when he put on his
They
draws.
lose and end
No. They won the next game. Remember, they were 2-0.
But when Des Bryant
Huh?
put back
Oh, that was the
on,
first game of the season?
That's the first
Yeah.
game.
Oh.
Wow, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
yeah, but when he put back
Now
on
they
his
2 and 5.
draws,
They gonna be 2 and 7. They gonna be 2 and 7 by the time Romo come back.
I mean, I was wondering if
So
Jeff
much for
Hardy
my
was
Super
going to
Bowl
make him
pick.
lose another foot. Anyways, Monday night, 8:30.
Why they
Bears,
do this to
Chargers.
me? Put my
This is
quarterbacks
actually,
against each
a
other.
good game.
They put my quarterbacks against each
It's
other.
a good
man. Why they do this to me?
Badly competitive.
You're not going to
That's
pick
it.
Jay Cutler on this one. You're not.
You know what?
No,
I'm
do
going
it.
with Cuddy. Alshon Jeffrey is back. I know Forte's hurt, but Keenan Allen's out for the year. Who's Phillip going to throw to?
I'm taking
Malcolm
Chargers.
I think the
Michael
Bears.
Floyd, Antonio
Yeah,
Gates,
but
you know,
I like what the Bears are doing.
you know
Steve
what?
Johnson's still there.
You know
Go with the
what?
Bears, baby.
I'm on the bandwagon, baby.
Oh, go away.
I'm on the bandwagon with you,
Cuddy,
baby.
baby, Cuddy, get it done for me. I love you, Phillip.
What's the new
I'm sorry
Chris
you couldn't
Cross?
get it done this week. Ravens need
Y'all
that
been shut
win.
up the whole show. Like,
the
go
new Chris
away.
Cross?
Yo,
So annoying.
You got a new
It's just a little
look.
worse than
He
Sandy.
comes
Actually
in
played
with
a
a
little
bad
bit.
man
Okay.
It's a
jacket.
little worse than
What's
San
going
Diego.
on? The biker
I don't like
and,
it.
and the thug
I don't like
joining forces.
The
San
biker
Diego
and the
is going to
thug.
win a shootout.
I like
Monday Night
that.
Football.
The biker and the thug.
San Diego's defense is bad as well, so be a shootout. But
It's
I'm
gonna
going
make
with
a
Cuddy.
fight. I'm going with Phillip. With Flip, as they call him.
Hey, you
Flip,
be respectful.
Phillip.
Phillip
So,
Rivers.
so is Matt Forte really not playing this
No, he's
game?
not.
Probably
playing.
won't, but they do have Jeremy Langford out of Michigan State is a good
He's
pickup.
all right. He's all right.
Who?
As much as I
Go
don't,
with the Chargers, man.
as
I'm
much as
going
I,
with
as
the
much as I
Chargers, too.
don't
I
like
think they're doing
like
in-
Jay
in
Cutler,
Invincible.
and I really don't like Jay Cutler.
But both of these teams are both
I'm not
really
picking
bad.
Jay Cutler.
You're not picking him because
I'm
you're
not.
disrespectful. You need to show
I'm not.
respect.
Jay
I'll-
Suckler?
No, I am
Yeah.
not.
As much disrespect you show to Aaron Rodgers, you want us to be respectful.
No, but
Exactly.
I still give Aaron Rodgers credit. He's a good quarterback, but they don't give any respect to any of my
He's
guys.
not just a good quarterback. He's an elite quarterback.
Like,
He's
you
all
guys
right.
stink.
And then here you go.
Exactly. Your guys is 2-6 right
Aaron
He's
now.
an
Rodgers.
elite quarterback.
They can't play both
I
sides
don't
of
like
the
you
ball.
guys. I don't.
Either way.
Ask Aaron Rodgers about that.
course.
Can't
Either
play
way,
defense.
they suck.
Yeah,
He only can throw the ball. That's all he can do.
yeah, that's right.
I mean, get another
Football,
Super Bowl, Aaron.
there's three parts to a team.
But what was the
Was
last
it a
Super Bowl
catch?
that Aaron Rodgers won? It was what, 2001?
Was it a catch?
At least he won one.
Was it a catch?
Yeah, exactly.
At least he
Jay
won.
You
Cutler
just
has
picked
won
the
nothing.
Cowboys over
Phillip
the
Rivers
Eagles,
has
right?
won nothing.
The Eagles are your team.
He's
Hey,
won
Was
one.
it a catch?
There was a catch, but that's
Mind your
last year.
business.
That was a
Was
catch.
it-
That
It
was
was
last
not
year.
a catch for the
Obviously,
last
Thank
not
you,
a
was
catch.
not a
Obviously,
catch.
it was
He
not a
He
catch.
made 3 steps, ladies and gentlemen.
We're not
He
gonna-
was
Yes.
falling.
Don't you
With
say
the
nothing.
ball not in
Yeah,
full possession.
He was falling.
Okay, this is
all good.
NFL, people.
Your
If
worst
you're
fear.
falling,
He's falling.
break dancing, saucing, you must have
Throughout the
complete
ga-
control
throughout
of the ball.
Throughout.
Even I know that.
Obviously, these two don't know that.
First of all, that was
Chris Cross right
Chris
here
Cross
don't know
does
that.
not know that.
was a
Jump,
catch.
jump. Go ahead, jump.
The
No.
Mac Daddy
Most
make it.
likely not to be famous and
Daddy
trying to be
make it.
famous.
These nuts.
Go on
make
with the
it.
show. You just start
We got
talking.
subs to get.
You just start talking from your.
Maybe you gain
no.
some weight with them subs. Anyways, thank you for tuning into Flex Zone. It's over, people. How do you feel? Anyways,
I feel
gotta
good.
find out. Okay, yeah. No, that's not it. That's not it. He got like 55 papers.
It's in there.
In
Keep on
Hey,
pushing.
she's like these WEA
All
hoes
right,
who be just
great.
having all these.
Great. You call me a what?
Hey, it was Pledge Week, by the way.
I mean, you got like 55 papers that don't match each other. I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm trying. Yeah. Wait, y'all, after theme, we'll listen to. We got a trailer? Open Mind?
That was the tease.
Big shout out to my man Andre Melton, Cavante Hearn, and Roger Hearn. They all did their thing. My man Dre making a cameo. Cavante's in it. Roger's in it. They doing big things, man. And Dre, you know, what's your social media name, by the way, again?
Man, my
Here you go.
Twitter
And
and the
you roll with
Snapchat
this guy, he's
is Be
laughing
More
at
and
you.
Show Off.
That's a nice name.
And IG is Black American Dream.
That's a nice name, too. That's all you missed. Just like your Redskins will this week. But
like
that's a
my
nice name.
first
That's a nice
one,
name,
baby.
man. That's a nice name, man.
I thank you. I thank you.
Thank you.
Byron.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Y'all do a lot of work, not only with the Flex Zone, but as well other endeavors. And
They are
happy to know that.
thespians.
Thank you. So right after the conclusion of this, you'll listen to the audio for Open
That
Mind
sounds like
trailer.
a real trailer after the conclusion of the show.
Hey, the trailer was pretty good, man.
We worked really hard on it.
Except Cravante and the cold.
I'm definitely. Oh, I do not like that. And Omar knows that. But I'm on the production crew, co-writer, also in it.
Almost got arrested. You know, you did the whole
It's crazy.
thing.
It's
You know,
crazy.
you know what I'm saying?
You almost got a
I am
strike.
proud. I am
of DC.
proud because we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
This past year
Yeah.
and a couple months, we've been through a lot. So please check out the trailer. You're gonna hear the audio in a little bit. We work really hard. Check it out.
Shout out to everybody that's celebrating Halloween. This man had an excellent costume.
You
He
did-
was
you did like
T-Mac.
that?
No, he looked like
You know, the
T-Mac
winner of Halloween was Andre Melton.
This guy
Doing
went
the
all
same.
out.
with his wig
He
and
did
his,
Halloween
and
right.
his
Shout out to
makeup.
the makeup artist. Shout out. Who did your makeup?
All he
man?
missed was the bat. That's all he
Erica
missed.
did my makeup, so
Shout
shout
out
out to
to
Erica.
Who were you against
One
Sting?
time.
I was the man they call Sting, the
vigilante.
icon, the vigilante.
WCW legend.
I don't know who that is.
Get up.
It's
All
okay.
right, wrap it up. Wrap it
It's
up. Wrap it
okay.
up.
It's all right.
But Cavante, back to the original
Wow.
compliment I was trying to give.
Oh wait,
You
and
did great.
let me do a
Appreciate you.
let me do
That
a
was
quick
awesome.
plug. We're doing a Survivor
His friend
Series.
was James Harden.
We're doing a Survivor Series show in a couple weeks as well. So gear up for that.
Yeah, man, we gotta get another woman show too.
Survivor.
Get y'all out of here for a little bit. Get
Rest
some women
in
in.
peace.
25 years of The Undertaker.
because Brock got him out of there.
Actually, the Wyatt family finished them all.
Oh, wow.
For now.
Well, he's
For
done.
now.
I gotta get my ladies popping. We gotta get y'all back in the studio. Anyways, social medias. Boom, 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 boom. Go ahead.
Okay, Facebook, Roger Lee Herring, Instagram, Herringmore. Please follow me. You know, I'm always
He's
available.
fresh, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
fresh. I'm sexy. I mean, follow a young man.
God.
Chocolate
Sound like Drake.
Thunder.
Sound
The
like
Uncle
Drake.
Chocolate
Come on,
Thunder. Go
Definitely.
ahead.
See, there you go. See, she knows.
All right, Facebook, the Mars Analyst D, and on Twitter, the Flex Zone 1, and website bkd-tv.net.
It's a nice site, by the way.
Very nice site.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Check out that Kendrick Lamar review.
Hey, oh yeah, that's you might know. At BKD_TV, Snapchat at BKD_1. Cravante.
Crevante Hurd, CREVONTE HURDE. My last name Hurd. That's on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, Crevante_H, and Snapchat, Cree_got it.
Good follow, by the way.
Follow the herd.
Oh, you can follow me on
Like it.
Instagram and Snapchat at Mikkel Sade. It is MYKELSADE. And on Facebook at Mikkel Ramos. And speaking of the Redskins game, I'll be at that Redskins Cowboy game Monday night.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know you're not going to this one.
And I'll be there with, not going to give it away, with great company. So I'm going to keep you posted.
Okay.
All right,
Sounds
keep
good.
us
Sounds good.
guessing. Keep
Sounds
us
good.
guessing.
Great,
Hey, Dre,
great
what's
company.
your social media?
He already
We
know we're
already
not
went through
going
that, man.
back.
We already went through that.
Anyways, we'd like to
you got
thank
some nice
our
names,
guest, our
Thank you,
guest in the MLB segment, Rob Parker.
Big ups to Rob
again.
Parker, who should still be at ESPN. That's a damn shame they lost that man's job. He should be allowed back on there.
Well, you know, 300 other people lost their jobs at ESPN.
Rob
so
is
I
still
But
digress.
ESPN is where this man needs to be talking baseball.
By the way.
Rob
is
still the man.
He is the man. He needs to be on ESPN, especially First Take.
Please go again and check out his latest report on the shadowleague.com. We would like to thank True Sounds for our theme song. Don't forget to like us on our Facebook page, the Flex Zone 1. We have somebody. We got another chick. But I'm going to keep it under the wraps until somebody saw us on our BAB, on the Baltimore Association for Black Journalists site. She's a chick. American University. Pretty. She wants to get on the
oh,
show,
really?
people.
Hey, not just
Really?
anybody
She
can
wants to
sit in
join
these
us.
chairs. But if you
wants to
look
join us.
good, you know, I might
Wait a minute,
consider
I
it.
mean,
What she says on her mouth matches.
Hey.
It's a
She's going to
light-skinned
listen to the
world.
show. I'm going to give her the rundown
Yeah, do
because
that.
if she's going to stand next to me,
Light
I'm
pocket.
We got a new Kelsey on deck.
No, stop
What?
it. You stop it, too.
Big shouts out to the intern. I don't know your name. I just want to let you know. Hello.
Oh, my Lord.
Hey,
Hello.
no. You're very welcome on this show.
We might have a visitor. Anyways,
All right.
Your
Facebook page, The
friends.
Flex Zone. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at The Flex Zone 1. Check us out on our YouTube channel, The Flex Zone. We got to get this Periscope information, too, on this thing.
The Flex Zone 1.
Flex Zone 1. There you go. Everything's a 1.
Keep it consistent.
If you have
Keep it
any
consistent.
questions, ideas, or possibly want to be a guest, you can always send us an email to theflexzone1@gmail.com. Tonight's show is executively produced by Andre Melton. Our associate producers are Moa and Crivante Hurd. Our intern is...
Matthews.
Hey.
You're one of a kind. Anyways, our engineer is Richard Good. The Flex Zone can be heard on SoundCloud and iTunes. Listen to us Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Andre D. and Crivante for the Flex Zone Takeover on Snowman in the Morning with Brian Snow on the Arena Sports Network. Listen in by going to www.arenasportsnet.com. Is that still... That's progressing still, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Supposed to
I'm
be
just
a wake-up
checking.
call now?
Just checking. This episode is also rebroadcasted Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Arena Sports Network at www.arenasportsnet.com, as well as our new station. Shout out to Positive
Come
Power
on, D. Give it to
21.
me, baby.
Uh-oh.
Feel it.
I feel
Don't
it.
you dare be sour.
Yes.
Clap for the Positive Power 21 and feel the power.
That was pretty good, man. You should do that more often.
I am so over that.
All right.
I really am over it.
He should do it more often.
Let it go.
Oh my God.
Big shouts out to Jerry Royce, man. Real
But you
cool
gonna
dude.
clothesline
Came
somebody after
through.
you say that? Oh my
Royce,
gosh.
Yeah, a lot of
Thank
energy.
you,
A lot of
Thank you
energy.
for the pictures. They
I
are
didn't-
amazing.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, you go back to the link that Dre sent earlier.
Can you?
We're gonna look
text
at
me,
him after
please?
the show, so we all
you
can
text me,
see
please?
them.
Anyways,
Had Mikkel with the little standout. See, we knew she was going to do. She had something to do with that. Don't think
She was
had
looking
no
real.
problem. She was
real
like, I
good,
want my
too.
own
Real
picture.
good.
I didn't ask for none of that. He kind of sort of, which was pretty cool. I kind of felt like it was whatever. Anyways, Positive Power 21, which can be heard by going to www.positivepower21.org. Global Christian Radio, powered by Spreaker Radio, can be heard Wednesdays between 11:30 a.m. and 1 p.m.
The power of positivity.
Oh, man. This day, I cannot wait till Thursday. You can catch us on Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m., WEAA 88.9 FM in Baltimore, the infamous, the notorious, as Sean Yost would say, NWA Sports Report with Sean Yost featuring me, Dre, Crivante. Byron, you've been on there.
Last time I was on there, Aaron Rodgers won a championship.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I cannot wait till Thursday. Listening to our show
Bobby.
next week as our guest is Brian Waters. He'll be
Brian
back.
Waters makes his return. Oh, yeah.
Makes
I
his
can't wait to
return.
see him too. I can't wait to
As
see him.
always, until next time, continue listening to the Flex Zone. And I'm going to say it like I say it every week, and I don't care if it doesn't rhyme. It's mine. I'm McKell like Kevin McKell, and it's over. The show's done. We out.
Peace.
We gone.
We gone. Check
Now,
out that
now
trailer.
stay tuned to listen to the trailer for Open Mind. Friend of the show, Omar, has been working really hard and is starring myself, Roger, and Crivante. Listening now.
Man, I better see that light. If I don't, I'm gonna knock you out, go right back to base and get some sleep.
Look, if you don't want to be here, go back to base.
We decided to discharge our term.
Now back to our regular life.
I got something to tell you too.
Oh, really?
Lucas and Charles were walking, and it was then that they were ambushed by 4 unidentified men, suspected to be associated with Zeke Strayer.
There's a police investigation ongoing right now, and 4 banks have been robbed.
That's crazy. I don't have no money at all available in my checking account.
But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. Until the investigation is over, and until Strayer gets caught,
We gotta do something about these criminals, man. These cops are not doing anything. They're weak out here, man.
So what you mean? Oh, no.
Big head? Yeah. Starting to change a little bit, bro. You out of your mind. Don't let these problems get best you mentally and emotionally. Yo, I'm good. Dang. Shit! Ugh. Where do you think you're going, dog? This nigga's trying to run away. Don't let these problems get best you mentally and emotionally.
A mysterious scene occurred right here in downtown D.C. today.
It's a shame these men that serve our country would do such a hideous crime.
Can you bring him in for questioning, please?
Of course.
You ever heard of telekinesis? I heard from the hallway that Lieutenant James thinks that Emmanuel has telekinesis powers.
Oh no, he is taking it a little bit too far.
Cool, right?
We've got a big problem. We don't just have one escaped felon, we've got two.
What? It's Emmanuel. I don't even know you no more.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? There's blood on your hands.
Gentlemen, I just received notice that Emmanuel's on Minnesota Avenue.
I need officers to go to Minnesota Avenue. Come on, gentlemen, let's move!
So I heard from your neighbors. Emmanuel arrived.
Yeah, he arrived. I didn't let him in.
Got him. He's at his apartment. I swore I didn't kill or hurt nobody. I ran around the whole damn city. I got the feds on my back. Watch the hill, Sam. Watch the hill.
And get that son of a bitch off our streets.
Always believed in an open-minded approach to these claims.